wrong decision. Mr. Function.
Welcome back to the Point Rain Podcast. I'm Bert.
Kenshaba.
Ballz.
And we are here to talk about nothing. We got our beers back. Cheers. We don't have
God,
to
I'm so thirsty today.
We don't have to
Thirsty.
It's such a nice day to be drinking beer.
It really is.
For real.
It is a nice day for a Red Stripe.
Perfect out.
So,
A lot going on.
What? So what?
there is a lot going on, but do you ever feel like it's so much that you don't know what's going on?
Yeah.
Like I was watching Jon Stewart because he has like a little podcast that he does every
Yeah.
once in a while that he just brings. I think it was Buttigieg.
Pete
Booty Juice. Yeah,
Booty juice.
he had that dude on there, but he was like, "I have."
I
to
love the pussy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He was like, "I feel the need to tell you what date and time I record this podcast." He goes, "Because by the time you see it, he's like, we could be at war with China.
Yeah.
we could be like."
Yeah.
I'm so far back on podcasts. Like I start, everyone's, oh, go watch this and go watch that.
Yeah.
And
You can't keep up.
I'll watch it or listen to it and be like, this is like 2 weeks old. And just 2 weeks.
2 weeks is like
2 fucking
a
weeks.
year.
Yeah. So much fucking happens in 2 weeks now. It's
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. Yeah, and we always post ours a week later, but
Yeah.
who cares?
I don't know.
I don't care. Like I said, by the time you get to it,
Yeah. Dude.
it'd just be a recap anyway.
Yeah. Between,
But what happened in the sports world? The Shannon Sharp thing.
oh yeah, Shane.
I didn't hear anything about this.
They
Talk to me.
They were like, "Listen, black men." He's like, "You always want to play in the snow till there's a blizzard."
Dude. Yeah. Shannon Sharp got
He
So
got, he
he's-
got sort of Me Too'd,
yeah, he's being
extorted, basically.
yeah, this girl he was messing with, this girl who was
23, 25?
she was 19 when they started messing around.
Is he married?
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
he's super single,
Yeah.
but he pays her
It's like
25K.
54.
Doesn't he pay her money to get with
Yeah,
her?
he was
It's like an escort,
19-year-old
basically.
OnlyFans
Yeah.
chick.
Okay.
So
And-
he's paying her 25K to
Yeah.
be with her.
To Bibo Baba Huh?
Right. So
Come on, cat. That was my favorite.
come on, cat.
Come on, cat. That's the greatest.
Yeah, so
wanna be up on
there's
your boobies.
some
But he's telling. But they know it's a business transaction. All the texts say that.
right.
that,
All
right?
the he put the text messages
I don't
out.
understand
What is
why
she-
this is an issue.
What is she claiming? Kenny?
He's claiming that he was doing shit like they were role playing. It's clear during the text messages
Okay.
that there was role play, like him, big black dude dominating this little white girl. Like it was a thing.
Yeah.
And she was saying all type of crazy fetish type shit.
Okay.
You could tell they were into some BDSM type shit.
Okay.
So she unknowingly, because obviously she was trying to set him up, recorded a couple phone calls. And yeah, and she was saying shit like, you know, I'm not interested in being choked. I don't want to do that. And he said some shit. This is the newest audio I just heard because her attorney just released it. He said, so bad. I'm like, oh my God, Shan. He was like, well, I might just choke you in public this time. And then he was like, imagine those headlines. Big black man chokes little white girl. And you could hear it like, just hearing that audio, I'm like, that was the second one that just came out. The first one,
Dude, being famous must suck.
dude, this is a whole conversation. So the first one, he says, he says, what did he say? Fuck. Oh, he says, he's like, if you use that word one more time, because she was like, oh, I feel like you're trying to manipulate me. He was like, if you use that word one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you. Right? And that came out, and it's just him saying that
Looks
on
bad.
a phone call. Yeah, and that's why he stepped down from ESPN.
Oh, wow. I didn't know any of this.
Dude.
Well, he didn't step down. They made him step down.
Well,
They probably gave
but
him
he
the
released,
option on
but he
how it
released
sounds.
everything, right? He released all the texts. He's like, here.
Yeah, but the way it's being
Judge whatever you
handled,
want.
the way it's being handled, I think, and a lot of people have said this, especially by his attorney, is really not good. Like,
dude, the day before he was supposed to sign $100 million contract for his podcast.
Club Shay Shay, because his podcast is huge.
Bro, he's got
Well, Cat fucking
He's got enough
blew it
money.
up, and then it super exploded from there.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Cat
After
Williams,
Cat Williams, it was...
how many episodes had he done before that? Wasn't that many?
Nah, he had done a good amount.
Before Cat?
Yeah. He was
thought
on
it
for
was
like
like
a year or two.
Before Cat Williams
Yeah.
got on there? Oh, I thought
I
Cat
used to
Williams
watch
was
it.
like I thought Cat Williams was like a fairly new, you know what I mean? Because it was a
no.
fairly new podcast. But I guess I got the memo when
Stop playing with the fucking microphone cord, dude. I feel like you have like a fetish with the microphone cord.
one more outburst from you, sir, and I'll strangle you with this microphone wire. Like you ever have something hit your leg and then you're forgetting. I don't do it that much,
do it.
but then you forget that it's the microphone wire,
Right,
so you
right,
go
right.
to check, and that's what happens.
Put it on the other side.
There you go.
Like this.
Put it on-
Perfect.
all right.
There you go. That's on your way.
Put it-
But yeah, so she's suing him for 50 mil, right?
Bro,
If she would have
And
waited
then-
2 more days, she
How about
might have
this?
yeah.
Right, yo,
Dumbass.
how about this?
trifling?
His lawyer puts out, I'm like, are you in his best interest or not? Puts out that they tried to settle with her for 10 mil. Like, why
would you do that?
Everybody's questioning that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you, what the court of public opinion are going to think now?
Yeah,
That
some of it's true.
Some of this shit that she's saying is
Oh
real.
man, that's
So-
that might be like a I don't know what's it called with lawyers, malpractice or
Yeah,
what
I
it'd
don't
be
know the
called.
name. Yeah, I forget what
Like
it's
some
called.
kind of that's fucking
Yeah.
rotten, man.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
do that shit.
So
That's not really
50 wouldn't have gave her shit. I'm like, no, no. He would have fired his lawyer.
But he immediately put out this. He put out, I think, the day the news dropped. He jumps on Instagram and he releases the text message thread, which made him look pretty innocent based on the shit she was saying. It looked like she was the one initiating, saying all the crazy shit in the text messages. And he puts out like this statement, like it wasn't written, like he was speaking to the camera. He was saying like, this is a shakedown. You know, he was like, I'm innocent of any of the. He's like, I believe that Tony Busby, who's the attorney for the girl, who also represented some other Jane Doe that tried to extort Jay-Z, saying he was involved with the Diddy shit, and that shit got completely dismantled. And Jay's like countersuing the dude now for that. But he was like, yeah, he's attacking me, this, that, and the other. And he was like, I believe he's gonna put out a 30-second clip. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, I believe he's gonna put out a 30-second clip of what was like a 10 or 15-minute encounter that is gonna make me look and play into the worst stereotypes you've ever heard. Oh. Like he's saying, he's trying to, I see the strategy, he's trying to preempt it so like people aren't shocked. But I don't know if that's the best idea because like, I don't know, man. He feels like his relation with the public and how he's come to fame through his podcast and such has been through being honest and being real. So I guess he feels like just doing it this way, even in this scandal, is the best way to go. We'll see.
over.
You know what I mean?
It's like everything else.
think it
always
So-
does.
Because
Yeah.
honestly, at the end of the fucking day,
The public is forgiven worse.
no, what I'm saying is at the end of the fucking day, like he didn't do these things to this girl.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Right.
all a fucking role playing kind of fantasy
Right.
thing
Yep.
that this girl fucking kind of signed the fuck up for. You're getting paid
yeah.
for
Wait,
it.
wait.
Oh, yeah.
But look up a picture of her.
I've
This,
seen her.
this is probably the worst. This is probably the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Just put up a picture of her. This is Shannon Sharp, jacked,
Yeah.
rich.
Is it a fat white chick?
No.
No.
It's not that stereotype. That's not the stereotype we were talking about. You know
I
what
mean, come on.
Gabrielle.
It's one of the true ones. We see it all the time.
It's one of the
Wait, no, this isn't her. What the fuck?
dude. You're gonna be
Only
super
friends.
disappointed. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she's like,
She's just run of the mill. Next girl next door. She looks
Maybe that's
super
what he
plain.
likes.
Maybe, but
yeah.
I know dudes who love plain chicks. Like, love plain chicks.
Yeah, I know. Like she got a nice body from what I saw, but
it's thin.
yeah, she got a
She
little
makes
booty.
dumbass
man.
faces.
Exactly.
I'm like, damn, he's 54. Like he was 54, she was 19 when they started fucking around. So I'm like, dude, you gotta know.
I mean, she's definitely young.
Yeah,
Like a
she's
little
20 something.
And like Cam was saying, Cameron on It Is What It Is.
Oh
he was
my
like,
God, he's so funny.
yeah, I know, but
They're
he
the
was
greatest
like,
people in the world.
I mean, she's not. I don't know. She's kind of pretty.
yeah,
That was Mace that said that. He was like, "Y'all want to play in the snow?"
yeah,
until
May
there's a
said that.
blizzard."
But Cam has said something. He's like Shannon, he's been famous and whatnot, but not to this level.
No,
And he said,
ever in his career,
Right.
That $100 million was more than he ever made in the NFL.
Yeah. And he said, he was like, you got to learn how to move with these bitches, man. He's like, I've been doing this for years. You know what I mean? He's like, when you famous.
There's levels to this.
Right. When you're famous and you got money, he was like, yeah, there's a part of them that might actually like you and want to fuck with you. But you got to always know it's an ulterior motive. You know why they fucking with you?
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if
you know
she's
what I mean?
already like an OnlyFans chick. Right after that's a red flag right off the bat. You better know exactly
Dude.
what that is.
But
You
you're
gotta
also,
know.
You're also 54. I know. What have you learned, dude? Your CTE is apparent.
No,
Like, what the fuck?
it's true. But dude, Shannon Sharp for a 54-year-old man,
Oh, he looks great. That's what I'm saying.
He does
He's
not
jacked.
look 54.
He's jacked. He's rich. He's single.
He looks like he's fucking 30.
Yeah,
Right.
You know?
Fucking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Black
He's a
don't
big,
crack.
huge,
Another
rich,
stereotype.
jacked
Yep.
dude.
Yeah,
Well-to-do. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And he knows he can get that. And he's like,
But still,
Yeah,
at
but
the
he's
same
paying
time,
for it. Why are you
she's
paying
an
for it?
OnlyFans chick.
Yes.
Because he probably doesn't want to have to deal with
I
the
don't have to
fucking
deal with the
bullshit.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He feels like if he's paying for it, it's like, dude, listen.
Yeah, it's a business transaction,
that's it.
and you don't
You
have
gotta
to fucking
understand
worry
how
about
much
that shit.
how much of that shit happens every day, and it's all good between both parties.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one's getting paid. This one's getting some. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
But
everybody's
she's an
good.
OnlyFans. You know how much
like-
I can't imagine what her subscriptions went up since all this.
Yo, for real. She's probably.
She probably did better that way. She'd be like, "No, I'm good. I'll drop the suit."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's
just
crazy. That's a
She
play
can't
right there.
figure out why she can't find love.
Yeah. It's ruined.
it's because her dad never gave her those 3 words. Remember? I love you.
Bro. I hate this world.
Yeah, man. So that's
I just hate them. Like, what the fuck, man?
Exactly, man.
like he should have moved a little bit different. He should have known what he was dealing with. Like, do what you're gonna do. Like, live your life, be rich. You know what I mean? You want to pay for it, cool. But like, you gotta. And Cameron's even talking about. He was like the phone call. He's like, you know when they setting up. He's like, I've been through this shit before. He's like, when they setting up and they call you and they start saying shit that they use words that they never use with you, like manipulate and all this shit. And then he's like, that's one thing. And he's like, when they're saying hello, 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 he's like, that's when they setting up. He's like, you gotta know. He's like, you gotta be.
They might
keen
as well
to
be
this
like
shit.
testing.
Right.
The recording's good.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Exactly. And then he's like, so when you hear that, you already on alert. He's like, maybe they not recording, but maybe they are. He's like, then you got to listen to how they talk. If they start talking to you differently and using different jargon and words and shit.
Yeah, because he seemed confused.
yeah, right.
I
And
wouldn't
it's
be
like
fucking talking on the phone at that point. I'd be fucking texting.
right,
Because then you have time to sit there and think
right,
how
exactly.
you're gonna what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
so,
smart. Yeah.
Yeah, now he got to move more.
That's
more
it, yeah.
savvy. You know what I mean with the hoes, man. Like, do your thing. Like, you rich, got money, you look young. You obviously you're in shape. You know, obviously you have the ability. You know, the sexual ability to fuck with a 19, 20-year-old chick, like whatever. But
Yeah. The greatest 15 seconds of her life.
dude,
For $25,000.
yeah, she had like some shit she said in the text was like 25,000 per cheek.
How's that legal though? Like,
Wait, what?
Yeah, everybody was talking about
So-
that too. Like,
they're
what?
so
Like, what do
you
you
think
mean?
they're making this prostitution legal through OnlyFans because it's like
it should be legal.
you have a model. Yeah, you have a model. No, you're right. But it's
As long, yeah.
you have this
It's
model.
weird because there's so much nuance to it.
That's what I'm
There
saying. But you
is,
have this
yeah.
model, right? That they can they have this channel, right? You can pay them to have sex with them. They can cover up your face or blur you out or not show your face at all, do different point of views. So you could pay to have sex on video. You know what I mean? Nobody will know who you
Well,
are.
then it's a porno.
That's what I'm saying. But it's a porno, so it's like legal prostitution is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh no, it's fucking dude. Everything, the entire fucking the way that like sex work, like especially sex work and like porn and pornography and everything like that,
Yeah.
it makes zero fucking sense. Logically makes no sense because it's
right.
all a fallacy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all fucking. It all contradicts itself. You know,
Yeah.
It's totally like there was or was not the Simpsons. Family Guy actually made fun of it because like these cops broke into this door, like you're arrested for prostitution, and they're like, no, but there's a camera right there, and like, oh, it's fine then.
It's content. Yeah.
We're making a porno.
Right. Now it's content, right?
Like, oh, it's fine then.
Yeah.
So it's fucking dumb.
It is.
Like, so what's the
stupidest thing.
difference? Probably the pornography producer or whoever probably registered with the state.
Yeah.
Just like all those fucking mob guys who got.
There's no such a thing.
Apparently, a bunch of them got fucking arrested for running a casino, like an illegal gambling ring.
Yeah, like how crazy is that?
Because you didn't pay for the license. You didn't pay for the license.
You got to pay us, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
State.
And they're boasting about it all over the place. Like, oh, it was a 2-year investigation that our tax dollars were used on. 2 years because some guys were running a fucking crap table in a fucking like VFW. Who gives a fucking
who cares? Like,
shit? This isn't crime.
I'm more upset.
Right,
I'm more
it's not
upset with
crime.
the guy who told on them.
Right. Seriously.
They probably had like a poker game going.
That's what I'm saying. And they're like, hey
cares?
man, let's get this craps table. They sell those shits. Like you could buy a fucking blackjack table.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Put that shit right here if we want to.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Might as well. Fuck it. Let's start making some money.
But you know what I mean?
Just shut the fuck up about it.
That'd be a great background for the bar.
what number?
Just
Where
have
we
a
at
couple.
there?
It's just
Keep it
fucking-
in.
that up.
Keeping it.
Keeping it.
Yeah, keep it.
Keep it in.
Yeah, dude.
But-
So
You're right though. You need to be more careful. What I love is how the internet takes it. Like they showed that Chappelle making him. They put her face on the girl. They put his face on Dave Chappelle's. And he was making her sign an NDA.
Oh God.
He was like, sign right there. X-ray. Initial there.
he gotta give Jeter a call. Jeter will show you how to move with the hose.
Yeah, but Jeter, his hoes were all celebrities, so they all kept it quiet.
I don't think they all were.
I mean, I'm sure they weren't all,
Yeah,
but
but I think like,
he had a lot of celebrity girlfriends that he never really.
he had a whole system. Like he didn't even he had like a whole system where he didn't even fucking.
Yeah, he had a secretary where he had to check in.
Yeah.
He signed.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Gave him a fucking
Go in the hotel room. Come back
bro.
out.
a party.
Why not?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I just came up with a fucking great idea.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Yeah.
Let
We're gonna
us
start.
have it.
We're gonna start a hoe consulting business. Okay, right? So what you're gonna do is like all these famous fucking dudes.
Yeah.
They're gonna fucking meet these hoes. They're gonna give us our number.
Okay.
We're the ones who are gonna respond to the texts and the phone calls. Just text. It's only text.
Okay.
You can't call me.
Yeah.
We're the ones who respond to the fucking texts. So it's like, yo, you gotta navigate these hoes, dude. That's our fucking that's our fucking slogan. You gotta navigate these hoes.
Navigate the hose.
Telling you, man.
Show them how to move.
This might be it. This might be it for
That's
us,
a
bro.
$1 billion
Yeah.
idea.
Remove all.
Shannon Sharp would
liability
have never
from
gotten
you.
in fucking. I wouldn't have said that shit to her.
Nope.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, I'll navigate these hoes for you.
Keep these hoes for you.
Telling you, I think it's a great idea. No.
So Scott just became a madam.
No, I'm not a madam.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with the girls.
What are you talking about?
I have nothing
You
to do with the girls.
navigate. You just said you're navigating the hose. It's in the
navigation.
title.
I am speaking for Shannon Sharp.
Oh, you represent the dudes.
I'm representing the dudes. I'm not
So
representing
you're not
them.
navigating the hose. You're
What?
navigating the bros.
Yeah, I'm navigating the bros, dude. For they don't say anything dumb. And then when they're like, "Yo, Shannon Sharp texted me this," like, "Yo, here's
Yeah,
my phone,"
working
and then I'll show up and be like, "This is me. What's up, bitch?
This is me.
You want to sue me? I got nothing."
Well, unless this goes well,
Yeah. Right.
it'll be like your own agency.
Hoe consulting.
Whole consulting.
The only thing you do is fuck. That's it.
Oh, man.
I do all the talking for you.
What would you call it?
I close the deal. What?
What would you call it? I hate putting you on the spot, but it's your
Hold on,
idea.
I'll come with something. Give me something.
Yeah.
It's gonna have.
There's so many ideas for names. There's endless possibilities for names. Dude.
Say,
Go ahead,
We're
say it.
gonna say it, man. Go ahead.
Please say it. I know you got something.
I don't know. I want to do something around like the 7 Seas.
Okay.
You know, because you're navigating through,
Okay.
through these waters.
All right.
But I haven't figured it out yet. I'll come
All
up with
right.
something.
We'll give you some time.
I'll come
All
up
right,
with
so
something.
nautical, right?
Something
That's
nautical.
that's a good word.
Yeah. Nautical.
Captain
Stabbing.
Captain Stabbins. Oh
navigation.
Oh navigation.
Dude, this is so funny.
What's called?
He said this is so funny.
It is.
Ho,
And it's
the Ho Garmin.
Captain Stabbings.
Captain Stabbing is good, yo.
Oh my god.
We're getting off topic.
There was no topic.
Are we?
There was never a fucking
There was
topic.
no topic.
I didn't have a topic till they fucking said, "Hey, this is the Point Break podcast."
Dude.
Like I said, shit moves, man. But you're right. You could do that shit. Why not? What's illegal about it?
Nothing. All I'm doing is talking to chicks. All I'm doing is talking to OnlyFans chicks. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, setting it up.
Setting it up. It keeps sounding like a madam. I'm sorry.
I had nothing to do with the chicks. You're looking at this all wrong.
You're an online brothel, man.
You're looking.
Well, so you wouldn't have the stable of hoes.
No.
Okay. So you have the stable of celebrities. You can just put Our Compass Works.
Yo.
Like Kenny's husband.
That's good.
Kenny's
Compass.
Oh, Compass. Oh man.
Apparently,
So-
apparently Kanye was involved in
Some gay shit, right?
stabbing.
Oh God.
Some gay shit.
Cousin. Yeah.
Oh, with his cousin?
Yeah. His
When he was a kid.
older cousin when he was a kid.
He's like, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
yeah, it's like, it's
They were a kid- he was
more
a kid?
disturbing.
It's borderline.
kinda.
They were
Oh,
both
fuck.
kids.
Yeah,
apparently.
he was like, I used to suck my cousins until I was 14 or some shit. Like,
Well, that's not really like a, I mean, you're a kid, but you're not like a kid.
right.
You kind of know.
You do kind of know.
Yeah, you have a little bit of, you have a compass on that one.
That's what it said. Like,
Compass works.
remember
Kinda know what direction
remember
you're going.
Chappelle's joke when he was like, "How old is 16 really?" And he was like, "Because at 16, if somebody starts peeing on you and you don't like it, you're not gonna go, oh man, why is he peeing on me? How do I feel about this? You just move."
Yeah. It's true.
It's so true.
That's why that dude's a genius, man.
He really is, dude. It's so
can fucking-
simple, but like it's
It's such a simple thing. It's a simple truth. But that's the thing is like people want to equate everything. Like they want to compare apples and oranges all the fucking time.
Yeah.
They want to be like,
Yeah.
oh, he's a kid. Yeah, but a 14-year-old kid is different than a 6-year-old kid.
Yeah.
That's not a kid. Like there's
I don't even have
But-
kids,
Yeah.
and I understand
Yeah.
that. You don't even have kids, you understand
exactly.
Right.
It's fucking
You know.
stupid.
It's known. It's yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
got
They're
roommates.
not even the same person at 10 and 13. Like, they're not even, like, you're like, who is this motherfucker?
Yeah. Exactly.
I got nieces
real.
and nephews. Yeah, there was a period of time where I'm like, who the, like, who
And
the
his-
hell do you think you are?
His cousin is locked up. He's in prison for life, and they're making memes.
Dude, the best one is his cousin in jail eating a sandwich. He's like eating a sandwich and he's listening to the song and he says it in a song like, I gave my cousin head, and the guy's like, he's like, and that's it. Like, it was like a show. Like, what the fuck?
There's so many memes.
That's so bad.
That one was like, yo, imagine being in jail, being Kanye's cousin, and bragging that you're his cousin, and then this song comes out. I'm like, oh my
God.
what he just did to his cousin. Like, if his life wasn't bad enough being locked up
He
forever,
ruined it. He ruined
oh my god, now he's
I'll
got
make you famous.
dude.
it. He's like,
It's like Billy the Kid.
Oh my god,
I'll make you famous.
fucking Kanye, dude. It's so crazy.
that's just jail. You was getting your dick sucked on the outside. That's gay.
That's gay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
I'm
fucked
gonna
up.
read you guys the tweet that he put up.
Who
Did you
j-
see the whole tweet?
No, I didn't really try to keep up. Like, at this point, I
I saw it on somebody else's, and I thought it was
almost
like a
feel
fake
bad
page.
for Kanye. Like, he's not well.
Yeah, no, he's not.
No, he hasn't been for a long time.
He's not well. Yeah. You want another beer, everybody?
Yeah, I was about to go. Yeah.
All right. I got it.
Yeah, so
Sure, I was about to do the Luke. Burp into the mic and then blow it away.
dude, what is this? Oh my god. I wonder if he got rid of it.
He might have. Someone might be like, hey, man. Might want to rethink that one, pal.
He's tweeting so much. Oh my god. This is my second time looking at his account, and like,
That's another thing, man. Do people, it's such tweet, like, I never got into Twitter.
oh,
You know,
I have it. Here it is.
you got it. Okay, good.
So there's a song accompanied with this too. There's a song called Cousins where he's talking about this too. Oh my
God.
So not only is his cousin in jail for life, and now is probably getting,
Wait, why is his cousin in jail?
So here it's the tweet says the whole thing.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Disappear.
Yeah, hold on. I got it right. Okay. His song is called Cousins, about my cousin. Why is that so funny?
Subtlety.
Right. The song is called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines, quote unquote, together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy my dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. So now it's getting all types of layered.
Yep.
My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14.
Yikes.
Dude. And the visual for this song is so weird too. Like it's
said,
it's really disturbing.
Kind of just feel bad for him at this point.
When I read that, I was like,
that's
I really
He's not
do.
well.
that's like
No.
trauma shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's now a lot of the way he is now makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah. And he probably feels like this is his way of like dealing with it by like, because I think.
I don't know. Some of the shit you fucking keep to yourself.
Oh no, I
Just
agree.
saying. You talk
I think-
to a therapist about this.
Right. I guess there's a
Talk to ChatGPT.
there's
Fuck ChatGPT. Yeah. Tell chat.
Tell chat. But yeah, I guess there's a thing, something to be said for. This is me trying to make sense of it.
Getting it
For
out.
getting it out to the whole public, the whole world knows, and you don't have to like hide anymore. That's probably what he feels like. But still, this isn't the way you do this. Like you don't handle. I'm not anybody to say how you should handle because I'm not no fucking doctor or anything like that. But seems like there could be just a better way.
I don't
go
see
about.
anyone who would be like, yeah, this is it.
That's right.
This is the way to
This
do
is the way
it.
to do it.
Right.
Unless
Yeah.
it's like some super weird liberal fucking doctor who's like, the world needs to know about this.
I bet you there is someone on that side probably saying that
100%. There's somebody. There's always somebody.
shit. Yeah.
Some quack. Who's
Listen,
be like, yeah, this is the best fucking way you can get ahead of this.
If there's motherfuckers that defend pedophiles, they're gonna be
That's what
people
I'm
that
saying.
defend this. Yeah.
Minor attracted
Minor
persons,
attracted
Kenny.
persons. They can't help it.
Maps.
Okay, well.
Maps? There's
That's
a
what they call-
word?
Minor
Oh, yeah,
attracted
minor
persons.
attracted persons?
You haven't heard this shit?
Ew.
Exactly.
Oh, dude,
Ew.
it was
It was
It's called
right.
mental illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called.
Fucking gross.
We should put you in the fucking wood chipper
Yeah. It's,
feet first,
You don't need to exist.
and
don't. You don't.
let's take it a step further. If you support it, you should go in the chipper too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Logic, and it's weird.
Like
because,
if you're taking up and fucking standing for these people, what? Nah, you got to go too, dude.
it's a weird thing that like when you really break it down too, because like if you look at it, like these people, they were born this way. It's a fucked up part. Like they're whatever wiring they had, either they were born this way or it comes from some kind of trauma.
something happened to
Exactly, right?
Right.
But you can't change that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's a fucked up way to look at it, but it's like, okay, we can't change you, and you're always going to want to do this. And because you're always going to want to do this, the most likely outcome is that you're going to traumatize a child.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, dude.
You're going to
Yeah.
ruin their lives.
Yeah, you're going to ruin someone
Because
else's
you're
life
fucked up.
Because you're fucked up. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a fucked up way of looking at it, and I get it, but it's very cold. But
You got to go, dude.
cold. Sometimes you got to be fucking cold, man. Logic always isn't fucking soft and
That's
fucking
right.
easy.
That's right.
You know?
And if there's a time to be cold, it's
With
to
the
those
children to
motherfuckers.
protect kids.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Like,
you
of
protect
course.
people, man. That's the whole point of all this.
That's how I feel about like having guns at school. It's cold. It's weird. It's not. It's
Yeah.
against our culture.
Yep, but fuck all that emotion.
But
shit.
I'd
Fuck
rather
it.
have my kid
come home.
It's
come
literally
home.
that
That's what I'm
simple.
saying. I'd
That's
rather
it.
have my kid.
That's
alive.
the-
There's nothing else to say.
And dude, I'm telling you right now, if they were to open up some kind of program to get whoever into these schools, there would be people lining up to do it.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Lining up.
You would line up to do
I would
it.
fucking do it. 100%. Especially
Yep.
or like anybody.
Yeah.
Be fucking.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, this is exactly what I want to do.
Right.
I get to sit at school all day long, make sure all these fucking kids go home safe.
That's
cool.
right.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
That'd
And
be
I get
awesome.
fucking dope ass training.
Right?
Fuck you.
Dope ass training.
Come on.
Yeah, dude. It's
I'm gonna be dopely trained.
I want to be dopely trained.
I don't want my
kid looking at a man with a gun.
All right,
Weird.
you want his head splattered all over the classroom?
No, but you
instead?
don't have a problem with him fake killing people on fucking video games and shit. Some of the shit that they do.
I think there's a lot of liberal parents who don't allow that either.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like that's.
but yeah.
But there are a lot of liberal parents who probably do.
that do
100%.
a lot of double standards.
Yeah,
100%.
Everybody's a fucking hypocrite, man. How do you feel about that? Andrew Schultz calling out Ryan. Is it Ryan Clark?
Oh yeah, that was a couple weeks ago too. I think that happened.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk.
I
about
missed
it.
Yeah.
it. What happened?
So
I don't know the full. I know most of it.
Yeah,
so you might know
it's-
more than me.
okay, so Schultz is a comedian.
Yeah.
They have a comedic podcast, right? And they were talking about white dudes and black girls, right? And they were like talking about the glow up of white dudes. They're like they shave their heads, they grow out their beards,
Yeah,
and this
shape
and that.
ups and
And he
shit.
and
They start
he
fucking
made a
with a
joke.
black
He was
guy.
like, "Well, they lose their hair because they're way more stressed because they're with a black woman." And he was like, "And they grow beards to pad them slap ups they're about to get." It was funny. Everybody laughed, right? So then Ryan
is
Clark
funny.
kind of called him out on it about like that Ryan Clark says he protects black women because he's surrounded by supportive black women, blah blah blah. He made it into this fucking big deal. So Andrew Schultz went on his podcast
Which is
and
a
was-
real ass move.
and was like, I looked at every single one of your guests, and then I looked up your convicted domestic violence offenders. Convicted, he goes, because I don't believe in allegations. And he
Schultz
goes,
is so smart.
yeah. So he was like, so not only did you have them on your podcast, you never addressed those convictions.
He said that while being on.
Right. to his
I
face.
did see this.
Right,
Okay,
to
I saw
his
a clip.
face.
I saw a
Right,
clip
right.
of this.
He said it to his face. The dude made a little side note about Andrew Schultz about it.
Yeah.
And then the dude was like, I have addressed it and they've been requested to be removed. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like, he was like, well, I didn't know that, but I'm just letting you know, you did a whole side piece about me just by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like without me being there, without me,
Yeah.
like okaying it or not okaying it, you did that. And like Andrew Schultz is basically like, we're all hypocrites, right? Like there's our opinions change constantly, things we believe in, we don't, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So they kind of like pieced it up, but
Yeah, they did.
like that's what I'm saying. Like we're all
No, but that's the thing. Is like sometimes you don't even know.
I have a lot to say.
But that's the thing. So like I think that's a really cool thing that he did. Like I'm
too.
just looking at it because it's like, okay, listen. We all like you half the time you don't even know if you're being a hypocrite.
no. Yeah.
You don't even realize
You don't know everything about
That's
everything.
a very,
Yeah.
very good point.
But being able and man enough or whatever, human enough to be able to accept it and be like, and listen to what that person's saying, and be like, you're being a hypocrite because XYZ. And being able to accept that and saying, you're right. I never looked at it that way.
Right?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
No, everything's right with that.
Everything is right with that.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing where you couldn't be more. I don't know what the word is, but just
Adult,
yeah,
Mature.
You know what I mean?
mature,
Mature.
like,
yeah,
like you're being what you're supposed. You're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're seeing something from a different lens, and growing from it.
yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like
Being
that's
able
the
to grow
way
from it.
You're supposed
Yeah.
to be as a human.
Yes,
Like
100%.
learn from things, admit when you're wrong. You know, we
Yeah.
talked about that. At
So
nauseam.
he was like, for me, it felt like a glow up. Like you're trying to do this shit, you know what I mean, to me. You know what I mean? But you didn't do anything to these people. These are your guests.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You did a whole little side piece just for me. And he was like, that's why it felt like a glow up. It didn't really feel like that's how you feel. He's like, I'm just telling you how I felt seeing it. Like, you know what I mean?
So there's this thing, right? Because I'm going to address the elephant in the room because that's what we do here in the Pouring Rain podcast. We keep it 100%.
Tom
There's
wouldn't have
a
it any
thing.
other way.
There's
That's not Tom. It's Brian.
Brian.
Crazy. Brian wouldn't have it any
up,
other way.
Brian?
But go ahead.
There's this thing that exists
Where he pours,
he rains.
he rains. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, there's this thing that exists where I hate this, dude. I hate that I don't know if it's ever going to change because of just the historic, and this shit it'll never go away. Just the historic relationship of white people and black people in this country there's these things that still exist between white people and black people, and mostly on the side of black people, on feeling like we can talk about white people, right? But white people can't talk about black people.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right? And I'll be honest, I'll say I understand where that comes from. It doesn't mean it's right, but I understand the sentiment behind it. But you have to draw a line at some point. Us as black people, we can't keep throwing the fact of how history was and how fucking we're still behind the 8 ball.
You never get past
the fault of white people and history. Right. Like, we know all that. We're very familiar with all that history. Everybody knows it's one of the fucking most awful things that ever happened. We know that. However, where do we stop putting it on white people, especially white people that are alive now? Like,
Nobody's ever owned.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Alive now, right? Nobody alive now has ever owned a slave.
I'm just out here existing.
right. just
trying to live.
existing, you know? But like, we got to stop doing this and saying like, oh, you're a white dude, you can't talk about black women. I understand why. I get why you feel like that and why you feel offended because of the power that white men had over black people. And if a white person said something back in the day, it could be the death of a black person, whether it's true or not. I get it. But that's not where we are anymore. And we have to get over that. And that's what I always get pissed off at with my people, is that we have so many amazing things, and we've contributed so many amazing things to this world, to this country, and we continue to do so. But it gets negated and it gets kind of like invalidated because we allow our emotions. We're so emotional, and when it triggers us, like, we throw everything logical out and just ride off of emotion and just be loud about it, and it makes us look dumb. And I hate that. And it's like, listen, if a white dude is talking about a black woman, and let's say if you heard a black dude saying it, you would agree. But if a white dude says it, you get, no, like, listen, if he's right, he's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If he's speaking from experience, that's just his experience.
Yeah, like don't
let him have that at least.
Right. I mean, as long as the motherfucker's not being disrespectful and calling names or shit like that. If he's just saying what it is, like, yeah, you might look at it coming from him more like, because that might be your knee-jerk reaction. Because I was raised that way too, dude. Like, if I were to hear that now, fortunately for me, I've took it upon myself to use my own brain and mind and research things and understand, like, I can't operate from an emotional standpoint and expect to do anything meaningful or get anywhere in life just riding on emotion. You can't. And so I've kind of trained myself to, like, not allow that shit to bother me and just see, is he right? You know what I mean? Like, is it true what he's saying or she's saying? And I try to just enjoy it in the moment. And I just will laugh at it. If it's funny, if it's not, it's not. But if it's funny and it's true.
It was such a fucking
it's such a joke. Yeah, it wasn't even crazy. Like, he even said that too.
You get slapped up by Spanish girls. You get slapped up by white girls. Right. It doesn't matter.
Right.
He said their hair's falling out because they're stressing them out. That's why they go bald. And they grow a beard to pad their face up from getting all the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting slapped up.
And it's like, okay.
I think he was just saying women in general. You know?
Okay, and here's
because it's black women, it's like, oh,
right.
okay, like, this is a little controversial.
The 100%.
It's the wrong thing to say.
Right.
But it's
from the black perspective, why that would be, why people took it and got offended by it is because the underlying tone of what you're really saying is like, black women are always bitchy. They got attitudes and shit. They can't control themselves or whatever. So that's why, and that's how black people look at it. They go right to that. It's like, and then it goes, okay, well, why are they, I'm telling you, this is how it goes. Well, why are they like that? Why are they just naturally like that? Or has that been fucking, has that way of being and them being so ready to flip out, where does that come from? And people, I just think that's going too far. It's like a joke.
That's what I'm saying. It's a comedic
It's like we
podcast.
God, black people. The more us as black people can try not to play the race card, the better off we'll be. And I'm not saying ignore racism like it doesn't exist, because that's fucking ridiculous too. Obviously, it still exists. Like, but let's try to be like, let's use that as the last resort. That's what I do when if I feel like I'm being mistreated by somebody, I go through all the reasons why, and I use like racism as the last thing. I'm like,
well, it has to be this. Like,
yeah,
it's
like
not this,
damn,
not this,
okay.
not this.
That's not the first thing I go to. Is like, oh, you can't. It's because I'm black. It's like, guys, don't you guys as black people get tired of it?
Yeah.
Like that. Aren't we tired of always saying that and always thinking it's that?
Apparently
It's not always that. You know, and that's
It's easy. That's the thing. Is like it's an easy way of getting out of actually having to come up with a logical explanation for something.
Yeah.
right.
Like if you just use racism, if everything is racist, then you don't have to think.
Right, and that's my issue. That's my issue is like, what does that prevent? Advancement. If you want to advance as a group, you only can advance by not making excuses that don't cause you to use your brain. You know what I mean? Like if you always going to use this one cop out, you know, and it's not always a cop out, but a lot of times it is, and you're going to use that. It's like, what if you just got better at something and it wasn't racism? What if you just weren't that qualified? What if you just weren't that good? And what if that was the case? And I'm not saying that's all the time, but if we can learn to fucking dial that shit back, dude, and be like, well, can I get better at this? Was it racism? Was it this? Maybe this person's having a bad day. Maybe it would have treated somebody else like that. Whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen it happen, and I feel bad. Like Luke, who's always on the podcast, this black lady freaked on him because he asked for her ID with the credit card, which we ask everybody. You know, it's our policy. We ask everybody.
Not anymore.
Well,
I haven't.
but I'm just saying, we always did it.
Yeah, we did. We did for a while.
Yeah, this was
for a
like
while.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe. Well, she freaked where she had to call security and everything. He's asking for ID, like he doesn't believe that it's. And he's like, it's just our policy. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was like.
he's taking it back. Like, what the fuck?
He's like, what did I? You know what I mean? What am I doing wrong here? Like nobody has ever freaked out, including black people.
Right.
But she freaked the fuck out,
Dude, some people.
and I just felt bad for him. You know, I was like, damn.
Remember when that happened to me with the girl who snuck in?
Yeah. She was fucking
And then
yelling at you.
she made it like she actually was being
Racist.
super racist to me.
Towards you. Right. Yeah.
It's like, you don't even get no pussy, white boy.
Yeah. See, that's
And I just laughed. Like I'm like, oh, this is fucking
Yeah, we
great.
talked about it. Remember
Yeah.
'cause we all did that
But
shit together.
that's what's crazy is the whole like I knew. First of all, she looked super fucking young,
And she didn't have ID.
and she didn't have it, and it just like she looked really young, and yeah. So I guess I'm an ageist.
You have to be.
That's kind of
It
my
is-
job.
It is age discrimination.
Yeah.
Like it is. To be in a
Yeah.
casino or
But-
in a bar, you have to be 21.
Right.
And I'm not sure, so I have to ask you for your ID. It is age discrimination.
And-
it's the law.
And I knew that you walked right past the security guard because I watched you do it,
right.
and he didn't check your ID. So now it's on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're the last. Yeah. You're the final.
Last
I'm the
line
only
of
one who gets in
defense.
fucking
Yeah,
trouble, by
dude.
the way.
And yeah, you're the only one who will get in trouble. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
So-
and if she would have just said, it's in the car, I'll be back. Because they did that. First, they freak out on him.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. They fucking yell. It causes a scene.
but they had it.
They tried to go, no. They tried to go to another bartender
Oh, okay.
and still get drinks.
Right.
Then they leave after making a fucking scene and the fucking security gets, then they go get it and come back. And she's like, I have my ID. He was like, we're past that.
Yeah.
Why would you? Okay.
Because now you're just a fucking
Now
asshole.
you're just an asshole.
See, these are
and you
people-
happen to be black.
That's it.
You're not a black asshole.
Right.
You're an
just-
asshole who happens to be black.
Right.
Remember what was it in The Gentleman? When he was like, where you been, you black cunt?
Oh, yeah.
Remember? And he was like, I can't do that. That's racist.
It's racist.
He goes, it's not racist. He goes, because you are black and you are in fact a cunt.
It's that simple.
He's like, where you been, you black cunt?
You black cunt.
I love it.
That's hilarious. But
But that's what I'm saying,
Those,
like-
those, I don't even like. those type of people
freaked all like yelling
I don't even, like-
all around the bar, yelling.
They get away with that shit though. That's the thing. Is like they come up with that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some people will be like, "Oh my god, don't call me a racist. Don't call me a racist."
Right.
Oh my god, I'll do anything. Just don't call me a racist.
Yeah. It's like a power.
Yes,
That,
it is.
like-
It is.
And
It
it's
really
wielded
is.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's
No, it
wielded a
is.
lot. People are afraid to get called racist and labeled this and that. I'm not a fucking
Yeah.
bartender. I don't give a fuck about anything. You know what I mean?
I don't care.
Like you
have your ID? Good.
Especially when you know you're not, you don't give a fuck. Like you can
Exactly.
try to
You can call me whatever
other
the fuck
shit.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My best friends are black.
Yeah.
I have black friends,
It's always the funniest one.
but I have black friends.
I have black friend, my best friend, my girlfriend. Yeah, dude. I don't. Those type of.
Our family gave money to Colin Powell.
Oh, you
remember
called
that?
me. That was fucking
That was
Cruel
the movie.
Intentions.
Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, play
Don't
that
call
race.
me. Don't play that card with me. Our family gave money to Colin Powell.
Such a great line.
I still laugh at that
That's
shit.
an awesome line. Yeah, man. It just sucks, dude. Because it's like,
Well, now I know my place.
Well, I guess that puts me in my place. Yeah.
like some black people have more of the like. They have more, and this isn't an excuse. I just want to make this clear because fuck all that. Some like that lady that freaked out on Luke.
He was older too. He was like 55 years old.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
They have more of the fucking like generational trauma.
The seated, yeah.
Yeah,
Deep seated.
because they still feel like it's like that. That's why this shit was such a fucking it worked so well. Like the idea of slavery and to make a class of people like because it takes so long for there to be like equality between the two groups. You know what I mean? Like it's been hundreds of years and it's still so many issues stemming from that shit, dude. And it's like it has to be a balance of understanding we know what happened, but also how are we going to the only way we can all progress as America is by uniting and saying like, can we just literally just have relationships based on the character of who you are. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. And I think also a huge part of it is being an individual, like in general. So, and like you said, a lot of black people like to like defend other black people just because they're black.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't do any of that.
Fuck that shit,
Bro.
Get as far away from that as
Defend
fucking possible.
and support. Defend
Yeah.
and support.
Get
Yeah,
as far,
yeah.
Like the whole thing that's going on with that kid who stabbed the other kid.
Oh yeah.
The high school kids.
High school kids?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Like they're jumping on that and like all that. And listen, I'm going off of just what the evidence I've heard of what happened.
Right. Same.
And the excuses I'm hearing
I know,
from the
bro.
African American community,
No,
I'm like, bro,
This is our issue.
dude.
This is why
He raised how much the money?
Like
They
hundreds of
raised
thousands.
hundreds of thousands of dollars for that kid.
Yeah.
For the black kid.
You know what they did?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
bought a house with the money.
Jesus. Why? House he can't live in because he's going to jail for the rest of his
Like I'm
life?
like, oh god,
He's going to
guys,
jail
like,
for the rest of his
It just
life.
keeps. It's like it keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
We just shoot ourselves in the foot, dude.
Yeah. It takes you back.
Like
It's fucking scary, and it sucks because like honestly, man, if everyone's doing well, it's
So
good
no-
for everybody.
So nobody knows that like was he being bullied or it was just a
no, apparently he was like I think they were at a track meet. or
Yeah, I know
something,
that.
right?
Yeah.
And
He was in a different tent.
Yeah, he was in a tent that I think wasn't his or something like
For
that.
a different team.
Or a different team or something. And the people came back and they like kind of asked him to leave. I don't know how they said it. Maybe they were assholes. Maybe they weren't.
They're probably assholes about
They
it.
probably were.
Probably.
Kids are fucking, yo, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everything I'm hearing, basically, because he basically said like he didn't, obviously he didn't respond well to that. But the first time before he stabbed the kid, he was like, yo, like, don't touch me. And they were like, they apparently said whatever. And he was like, touch me. And so watch what happens. And so I think one of them pushed him first. And then he was like, do something, like touch me again. And he did it. And he fucking stabbed. He just turned around. He grabbed it. Had a knife in his bag or his pocket or whatever. And just stabbed the kid in the chest. Like nothing about it required that.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
Like-
he's claiming self-defense.
right.
That's the crazy
That's
part.
that's the complete opposite of what's you escalated it
Because
to such
Because
a higher
there
level.
was tons of people there, so it's not
Yeah.
like you can fucking
There's a million adults there, I'm sure too.
exactly.
There's a million things you could have done. You could have gotten up and been like, "Hey," or you just gotten up to fucking fight these fucking
I'm about
kids.
to say, well, just fight them.
Exactly.
Have you watched Adolescence?
With
It's on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. No, I've seen it. I haven't seen
It's
it.
with Tommy from fucking Snatch. That's the only.
I was about to
He
watch
played Al
that shit,
Capone
too. I
in
didn't watch
Empire.
it.
Tommy,
He's
right?
awesome.
This is the crazy part, right? It's like they, yoke this kid, fucking guns. They kick in the door at 6 o'clock in the morning. Make everybody get on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
They grab this kid. You know what I mean? He stabbed a girl died, and they were like 13, 14, right? They find and they mentioned Andrew Tate in the fucking movie, like, because they remember, like, I feel like there's a
I just want to listen. All I want to do is listen to fucking Andrew Tate call fucking Tom Hanks a retard for like the rest of my life.
because we're older, so we think it's funny. Like I don't know. I don't know how my 14-year-old brain would have responded to all this man shit that's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, it's weird.
A lot
No,
of
it
it's
is.
weird.
A
A
lot
lot
of
of it's extreme.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we're looking at
when
it from
when you're in your formative years and you're not really talking to your parents, because I didn't fucking talk to my parents when I was 14, 15.
Right.
Like, I fucking,
Right.
They didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there wasn't shit like this available, right? So they talk about all that stuff, but also like it was this kid, right? And he's not a nerd, but they have their own group of little like quiet kids, and they're not popular, and like all the all the dumb shit that happens in middle school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this girl not only didn't like him, but was kind of bullying his post. Like all he would do was post with his friends, like they're playing video games, and he would like take like little selfies, and he's like, oh, playing Call of Duty or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he had his own little life. And then she was like bullying him because these emojis mean, weird things sometimes. You know what I mean? Like they were like, if you put a heart up, what color is it? Because every color is different or whatever, right? So this girl,
they
was,
had like their own language
this
now. It's fucking
exactly.
crazy.
So this girl was not
For real.
like, she sort of acted interested, but wasn't. She wasn't bullying him, but she was kind of making fun of his posts. She would like all his posts and put little dumb shit, and everybody knew that she was kind
making
of
fun of him.
being a dick.
Right,
So
right,
he
right.
kind of confronted her, and when he was like, what is this? And they got into an argument. He stabbed her to death.
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the
That's
reactive
extreme.
shit. Yeah. So what's crazy is they were like the dad, because he's so quiet, he's so to himself, and he's such a good kid, and all this shit. And then the dad is like, this is fucking crazy. And the cops are like, we'll get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? So when they sit down to the interrogation, the kid picks his dad to be his person. You know what I mean? Like his, because they have to do
Guardian.
a strip search because it's like a murder.
Yeah.
So they have to do a strip search, and he's like 14 fucking years old, and he was like, "That's why you're here." You know what I mean? Like they had the nurse turn around, and he had to take off all his clothes, fucking, lift his sack, all that shit. They go through all that, and you're hearing this. Like you have to lift your penis, lift your sack, and he's 14 years old, and all the camera is showing you is the dad's face, and the dad's fucking like freaking silently. It's so tense. I get goosebumps just looking at it. It's so tense, right? And he's the whole time, and the cops leave. They go to the interrogation room. The cops leave for a second, and they're just, it's just him and his dad. You're allowed to be here with the lawyer. This is your dad. This is your person. You know what I mean? Yada yada yada. Right? So he goes, look at me, son. He's like, did you do it? And he goes, I didn't do anything wrong. He looks at his dad and he goes, I didn't do anything wrong. So then they go, this is a post you made. This is what she said. She seems friendly with you, because all the emojis seem friendly to adults.
Because they don't know.
That they don't know.
Right.
So then they show him another picture. They're like, this is you. Was this your trainers, your shoes? You know what I mean? Because it's all in London and Great Britain, whatever. And I'm like, this is
A lot of life violence there.
this is your jumper, right? That's what they call hoodies. This is your jumper. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah. So this is your outfit. And they're like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, so this is you walking, blah, 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 blah. And, the dad didn't know where he was. He was just hanging with his friends. So after all this like intense interrogation, and he was like, all right. And he was like, you sure? You were home by this time? Yeah, okay. They show the little interaction, and the dad sees him stab this girl to death. and he's still saying, "I didn't do anything wrong." Like his dad. It's only a 3-episode fucking thing, and that's the first episode.
Oh my god,
It's so fucking intense, and it's like, damn, what? Like, you know what I mean? They're like, they're still treating him like he's a little kid, right? Because he's only 14. So the part of like the therapy, she's like, do you know what death is? Do you understand death?
Right.
Like she's like, little girl, I think her name was Katie. You know, Katie's never coming back, right? Like you understand that, right? Because he still felt like he didn't do anything wrong. It was fucking insane.
But then
it was like a reaction.
This is what I'm saying.
She rejected him in face to face. He couldn't handle it. He killed her.
This is it plays so well into.
That's what I'm saying.
That's perfect because
Yes.
Why was that kid's reaction?
Yes.
His gut reaction. First of all, why did you have a knife in your bag? I have a knife on me all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
Yeah.
Every single day I carry this. The last thing I'm ever gonna fucking do is ever fucking grab this thing.
Right.
In a physical altercation, unless it is the last thing I fucking.
If you have 10 dudes jumping on you,
Even then,
that's what I'm saying.
even then, like, because I know the way the law is.
Do you think if you couldn't fight, you still feel like what?
Maybe not.
Right?
Maybe not. That's a very good kind
Right?
of point.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought about. I'm like,
very good
you're
point,
very
'cause-
well trained, you know what I mean, in multiple martial arts and whatnot. So you most likely, if you get into a physical altercation, are going to be able to determine the outcome of that. Most likely.
Hopefully.
Based on the
But if you're ever in fear
based
of your life,
but based on the numbers, most people don't study martial arts.
No.
Most people are untrained.
it's
So
99%.
And I am by no means some
Right.
fucking kind of like.
Yes, but it's like 99%.
Right.
As much as you see it
Yeah,
everywhere,
yeah.
like 99%
Still.
of people have never trained
Right.
any kind of fucking
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
But it still does raise a question like, why do you have that?
Yeah, but also why do you react like
And
that?
why do you react
Why
like
is
that?
this?
Why do you have like? That's the thing. It's like, all right, so I say this all the time.
Kids, you never know. Boy Scouts have like the little stupid pocket knives.
I know,
or
but
whatever.
I carry a knife on me just like for a million different fucking reasons.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
none of them to kill somebody.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a good tool to have for like dumb little things that I like around the house, anything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like things that like something needs to be open. Something needs something stupid, you know? But
So you're like
I get
phone, keys, wallet, knife.
I always have it.
If somebody asks you, Scott, I'm just curious, we would say, why are you carrying a knife all the time?
I'll tell you exactly right now. So a friend of mine, Gatto, you know Gatto.
Yeah.
Great friend of mine. This is when I started carrying a knife on me, was when him and his buddy Dan got into a car accident and they got stuck upside down.
Oh,
right.
seatbelt.
They cut the seatbelt.
Yep, I remember you telling me this.
He's like, I was that right away. It clicked with me for some reason. I'm like, all right, well, that's a good thing to have in the car for multiple different reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just something I think it's a good thing to have on you. Like you never know
Right.
what can happen. You might have then like this has a glass breaker on it. It has a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know? So, but like when I see kids doing the same thing I do, I feel, and they're all, they're fucking kids. So they
Feel
fucking
it's unnecessary?
super unnecessary for them.
Yes.
And I feel like it's super fucking dangerous because they're not mentally
They're not
capable.
developed. You always say that.
Yeah.
They're underdeveloped. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Underdeveloped.
first of all, mentally capable of understanding what that responsibility is.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if you fly off the fucking handle and the first thing you think to do is grab that,
Yeah.
it's like these fucking kids who fucking grab their phone when something bad's happening.
Yeah.
That's your fucking
Yeah.
instinct?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
To start recording?
Yeah.
While people are fucking shooting?
Instead of running
Instead
or
of
getting
running,
the fuck
yeah.
away.
Hold on, I gotta get viral.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, no,
fucking
it is.
retarded.
It's weird.
You are not mentally capable of fucking a lot of
it's
things.
It's a great title to the show, like Adolescence, because you remember being that way. And all I remember was fucking around, like goofing off.
Yeah.
Wanting to play basketball, fucking, you know what I mean? Like
ride bikes. and
ride
shit.
bikes
Yeah.
and
Like-
if her girl didn't like you, yeah, it might have been devastating, but my first instinct wasn't to fucking stab her to death.
right. Dude.
But now it's extreme. It's like that when that ego is bruised by a woman.
That's another
He's
thing,
14,
dude.
you said?
He's 14 in the show. Yeah, it's a show.
Yeah, I know,
It's
I know,
14.
I'm saying.
He's 14, but
It's a good depiction. I'm
It
14
is.
years old.
they're
Yeah.
influenced by things that we've never fucking even thought of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
And-
fucked up, man.
Like,
There's
I
so
never
much
had,
more.
Yeah, I never had, somebody telling me what's an alpha male and a beta male and
Yeah.
cis and whatever the fuck else.
Cis.
I don't know.
Sigma.
What do they call us? Simps? Because we were talking. Remember, there was a podcast a long time ago before we had this set where we talked about like some of these successful podcasts that have these idiot women on there, and they're just shitting on them constantly.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they come prepared with these
Yeah.
stats and these facts and these things,
Yeah.
and they're asking these random girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some of them fucking crying, and some of them, and they're like, "Oh, got you, bitch." You like, you know what I mean? And it
Right.
was so lame. Like I was like, "Ew, like what are you
Yeah.
doing?" Like
Yeah.
that's your whole fucking.
I was like, was it Fresh and
format?
Fit?
Fresh and Fit. Is
I don't
that's
know.
That's the main one.
I don't know, but it
Yeah,
was
I
like
know,
it was kind of whack. Like, you know what I mean? And we said it, and then they were like, they said something about like simps. These
How are we
simps
a
talking.
simp?
That's what I'm saying, because we don't. It's not our podcast. But
First of all, and we're not simping to these chicks.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
we're simps for thinking that podcast is whack for doing that.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we don't agree with. the
Wait,
way
what
they-
happened?
I'm still not agreeing with the chicks. I'm just saying, like,
I'm not agreeing with the chicks.
right.
If you're an idiot, I mean, you're an idiot. Like, you know what I mean? It
Right.
doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
if somebody comes to me prepared with like all these stats about a certain subject or the psychology of women,
Right,
or
and you're
whatever,
walking in completely.
and you're walking in like, oh, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a podcast with these dudes. Like, you know what I mean? And they're
Yeah,
gonna,
but they knew what they were walking into, though.
I don't think they.
They 100% do because they were very confident.
They are very confident, but then when you get shitted on and that's your platform, like, you know what I mean?
sells, though.
That's what sells,
Maybe we
and
should
that's what
start
sells.
doing
No, but who's watching is what I'm saying. Who's watching? 13, 14, 15-year-olds?
These little
you know what I
boys
mean?
who are fucking getting eating shit from chicks all day long and
Exactly.
wondering why. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's just funny.
That's a.
It's
dude,
funny to us because we're older, but
Yeah.
to those kids, I feel like it's very serious to them.
Yeah, no, it
Because
is.
you take everything seriously when you're fucking
Yeah.
that young.
Yeah.
I feel like.
No, you 100% do. Dude, everything is the end of the fucking world.
Right.
Everything is a crisis when you're that
Yes.
age.
Because nothing's more important than what you're going through.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If you're-
You don't have anything else that's like trumps that. It's like
Yeah,
what-
literally, your life view is like fucking 2 years. Like,
seriously.
yeah, of actual like cognizance, because like you don't fucking remember shit from I don't remember anything from being like 6.
No.
no,
You know, when you're so like when you're
only
let's say
traumatic shit.
yeah, you don't even know you know it. You don't even know that you knew
Right,
it at that
right.
point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's fucked. It's fucked. So you have the only thing you know about is your bullshit fucking like middle school or high school fucking shit that's going on.
Yeah.
The drama that's going on between you and your fucking friends.
Yep.
And
You're in your own little bubble.
it's fucking gay and it's stupid and it doesn't fucking mean anything but it means
And-
everything to you.
them at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yes, that's
And that's the
my
thing. When
point.
you make that split decision to be like, this chick disrespected me, I need to fucking kill her because I'm a man, she's a woman.
Yeah, that's
It's
insane.
fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, that's insane.
Do you
And
know-
that's just like that kid.
That's weird that they mentioned Andrew Tate like he somehow is like advocating for the
No, but they were like things
little
like,
boys to kill girls.
But that's what he's
talking shit.
yeah, but he's known for like, this like machismo, egotistical.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's funny to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also honestly though, but this is but at the same time, like it's a response to everything that's fucking happening in the world with it. Like
Of course,
the
I-
bitchification of fucking men.
Of course, but now you're making angry men, angry
Yeah,
young
yeah,
men.
yeah.
It's not like you're educating them.
No, I
you're
get it.
just
Yeah.
pissing them off.
It's an extreme response to an extreme action.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's
Reaction to an action.
Yeah.
like when you think of this thing happening to like, so many people.
You want to have
and then you have this personal experience, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the way the world is.
Right.
And then you, like you said, you overreact. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, it's like
Like
you overacted in the
you're
first
not,
place.
You're somewhere you're not supposed to be in like track and field. Like nobody's gonna like, you know what I mean? If you try to talk shit to the opposite team's bench,
Yeah.
like, you're pissing them off. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of antagonizing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then they respond, and your like you said, your first
Yeah.
instinct is to stab one dude in the
Yes.
fucking heart, and now you think you deserve to be free
yeah, it's weird.
because
There's some
you
deep
don't.
trauma.
I don't think he
fucking-
understands the severity of what he did.
He may not.
and-
That's-
and-
that's
But no, obviously
like-
from the way his parents are reacting, he
That's what I'm
definitely
saying.
doesn't.
He's got but
It's like, oh no, that was totally fucking justified.
that's what I'm saying. It's fucking crazy at a track meet. Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
This
Like,
is
what?
this is the problem. Like,
Yes,
'cause
that's the problem. And they're
this shit
our
gets
age.
passed
Those
down.
parents are our
That's
age.
the
I think
problem.
mom's like 38.
Yeah. Take the whole race thing out of it. Do you
Yeah.
think that they would react the same way?
so you're saying if it was or just take race out of it?
Take race out of it completely. Say two purple fucking people killed each other. Or two black guys.
Right.
Say the other guy was a black guy, or it was two white kids. There would be no questions about this at all. There would be
100%.
no controversy about this at all.
Yeah.
You honestly think that kid was in fear for his life?
No.
From what?
I think and that's where
You beat him in a race?
but that's where, dude, you get beat by a white guy, you should kill him. No.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself. You need to eliminate
say that.
you need to eliminate that threat.
I'm just clear.
We didn't
To
say
be clear,
anything
I'm
other
very
than-
kidding about that. Do not kill yourselves,
Murder,
kids.
suicide.
This is not a comedy podcast.
Do not kill yourselves,
podcast.
children.
No.
You're perfect the way you
That's
are.
terrible, yes. But
liberal.
Just don't be a cat.
but the extremes of it, you know what I mean? I still wonder if your brain is still like you don't understand the gravity of what you've done.
Yeah.
That's number one. As a kid.
Well, at that point,
But as the parents, you have no fucking excuse.
yeah,
That's
no,
what-
the parents.
You're just trying to get your kid off.
They're doing press conferences and shit
Because
like,
they're just trying to get their kid off. Like, what about those fucking people that lost their son
yeah.
at a fucking track meet?
His
No big
father
deal.
showed up at the one press conference
Yeah.
and he got like escorted out.
Well, probably because he's fucking in danger at that point. If those people agree with that fucking lady,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'd want to escort him out too. I'm like, you
Yeah.
probably get hurt here. These people feel
Yeah.
like your fucking
Yeah,
son
yeah.
was justifiably murdered
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
fucking high school track meet.
Wonder what they think they can justifiably do to you.
Exactly.
Did you hear about all the wildfire shit? How they,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they,
Here?
they arrested a kid like up
Here,
by me.
19 ain't no kid.
Yeah.
19. I know.
He's
I'm
a
saying.
man
He's
according to the law.
He's a fucking kid. He's
He is
19.
a kid. He's 19,
19
especially at this.
I live with a
in this
19-year-old.
climate.
Remember that.
That's what I'm
He's a
saying.
kid.
Especially
have
in this
one
climate.
that's
Yes.
a kid.
You
Yeah.
have 19-year-olds are not, they're fucking younger. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
to compare to us. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I wonder like what the comparison would be. Like a 19-year-old brain from when we were 19, you know what I mean? Like the expectations or whatever.
At
According
19
to
at
the
our
law,
age-
they're the same, but I don't think socially they're the same.
100%. It's totally different. The fucking
totally
the
different.
social climate is completely
The kid
different.
made a fucking bonfire. He made a mistake. So
Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
What, he was
There's
trying
way
to-
more nuance.
I was about to
this.
say, you
Okay.
have more information.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So
You guys want more beer?
yes,
You know?
yes,
all right,
yes.
let me go.
I got yard work to do. I need to get drunk to be doing yard
Yeah,
work.
let's get lit.
Not drunk, but you know,
Let's get right.
just feeling better about my life.
You know, the shroom night.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need someone to go away.
Well, Jess has a concert on a Thursday night.
When?
In right now in May.
Oh,
So if we can make that a day,
we can. Like,
and
it's not if. It's like,
We got to get the
just be home late.
we got to get the on calls and the fucking
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See when it is.
did I sleep over your house that day? I did. didn't
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
I slept over here too.
Oh yeah.
that's mandatory.
Yeah, it is.
Because we're drinking a lot. We're fucking
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
we just gotta make sure we don't smoke another fucking joint, so I don't start seeing fucking the devil again.
Mushrooms and drinks or weed and drinks. I'm gonna
Dude.
go pee.
I'm not trying to see the
All right.
devil.
Yeah, that was to not seeing the devil.
All right, so
Go.
back to the fire. So all right, so the kid was charged with aggravated arson. Okay. So aggravated arson, first off, that means that you intended to cause this.
Oh damn.
Okay.
Okay, that's the
Wow.
first
So that might
mistake.
get that also might be a trumped up charge to kind of like get whatever, to make it because it was
We know he was white.
15,000 acres.
We know he was white, right? Because
Yeah.
he's making a bonfire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
That's a white thing.
Come on, dude. Arsonists are not black.
Person isn't black.
That's not a black thing.
You see every black and Spanish person just turn the news page. Like,
You're like,
arson?
It's not us.
Arson?
Arson
Yeah.
wasn't us.
Like this. Sheesh.
How? Bonfire?
Skip that one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So there was a video of this kid kind of getting like slapped around by there was 3 kids. Like there was like a group around him. But
I saw that.
And he was getting slapped around by like I think like 3 kids. Like I didn't like that shit because first of all I'm like, yo, if you're gonna fucking slap some fucking kid in the fucking face, it's one fucking dude. You want to fucking shoot? You get the fucking you
Get the one, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get the one, dude.
Run,
You know, get the fair
run
one.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I didn't like that, and I talked to a few people, and I talked to, my stepson, I guess I'll call him, and
He is.
I know he is, I know, but we're not
I know,
officially married, so
I know.
it's weird for
I
me to
get
say
it.
that, and
I
I fucking
get
feel weird about
Do you
it.
love
get it.
him?
Yes, I do.
All right, there you go. He's your stepson.
He's my stepson.
Yeah.
So he told me apparently this dude was trying to like fool around with like a very drunk 15-year-old,
The 19-year-old.
the 19-year-old.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then another thing I heard was that he might be a little on the spectrum.
Okay.
Possibly slow. I don't fucking know. I don't know all this. This is all. And by the way, this is all fucking things I'm just hearing.
Speculation.
You know, I'm not hearing. You know, I can't confirm all this.
Well,
So
remember, like,
I'm just-
the rumor mill must be fucking.
Oh, it's fucking
ridiculous,
crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be nuts.
So go ahead.
So that all happened. Like I'm hearing fucking things that this video happened way before this. Like didn't even fucking happen the same night.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speculation running around. But and then like you said, like you said like he started a bonfire and then just didn't properly put it out.
Okay.
the
That's not
story.
fucking aggravated arson.
No, that's not intentional.
It's so unintentional.
Yeah. That's just like, oh shit, I'm a fucking 19-year-old kid. I don't know what the fuck I'm
A
doing.
little negligent. Yeah.
Yeah, you're negligent. It's super negligent, and it caused a fucking crazy fire. But like I said, this could also be because of the amount of damage that was done. The fucking DA and the fucking the courts, like the whoever fucking is running shit, being like, we got to make a fucking example out of this kid
Yeah.
and charge him with everything. It'll probably get dropped once they fucking actually look into. They're like, yeah, you can't charge this kid with aggravated arson
Yeah.
for starting a bonfire and not putting it out properly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not right.
If he intentionally started it to start this fire, that's aggravated arson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It's like beating. So like I looked at it the same, and I also am not a fucking lawyer, so I'm looking at it from the same way I would look at like aggravated assault.
Do you think they do these things just to, like, because once the fire's out, and by the time this goes to trial, you're not going to look into it. You're not going to look. Most people aren't going to look into it.
I might just because it's in my area.
Yeah.
but that's it.
But you might, because you might keep up with that shit. But
I'm
like-
sure I won't be able to get away from it.
yeah. Woo. You talking shit?
Give me the microphone.
Turn the mic up. All right, but anyway.
You guys don't know.
But do you think they do these charges and then, like you said, concede and fucking, drop
Yeah, I think
them and
they just kind of threw the book at him
Yeah.
because they figured out who did this, and it caused so much fucking damage.
it did
so
cause
much.
so much damage.
and so much resources.
They didn't. Nobody passed away though.
I don't think anyone was killed. No.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything about
No,
it.
I'm just saying, like that. Thank God. Like
They're still burning? Are they out? Is it out now?
I think
It's
as
under
of-
control.
As of yesterday, it was like 65% contained.
Okay.
Which is good.
All right.
That's good.
that's-
It's
But
under
I went up the Parkway yesterday.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Jesus.
Holy shit! The fact that it jumped the Parkway the way it did is amazing. It's amazing to me because I'm
Well, the heat
Wow.
that generates to dry shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
but it's not even that.
that's so
It's
wild.
because
Yeah,
it's
just-
only because of wind. Like wind is
Yeah.
what really pushes everything.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
gotta imagine, how wide is the fucking Parkway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
Yeah.
wide.
so you have these trees fucking burning, and all those embers just burning and
wind.
blowing
Embers, yeah.
onto the
because
other side.
It has been oddly windy.
On the other
Right?
side.
It has been oddly windy
has.
this
The
spring.
past few days,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
but like last night, it was nice during the day, and then it was fucking windy as fuck all of a sudden, and then it stopped. Like by
Yeah.
the time I took Sumo out to pee for the last time, there was no wind.
Yeah.
I was like, how do we get these fucking bursts? I mean,
Spring's always like this though. It's kind of how Mother Nature works.
yeah. Well, that's
I mean,
the
'cause
way they
right now we're
spread seed and all
like-
that. Blah, blah, blah.
seed. We nut, they blow shit.
We've come from far and wide to spread our seed.
oh,
It's so stupid. They're so retarded. It makes me laugh. It's so dumb. And doesn't it bother you how women don't understand why that's funny to you? Like,
there's a lot of things.
like
I don't,
him
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that in that flashback. I'm dying laughing. Yeah,
There's
everybody's
a
like,
million things I find fucking hilarious.
Yeah, women just are like,
just appreciate the dumbness
Right.
for once. Like
just-
it's supposed to be
It's
dumb.
supposed to be
Right.
dumb.
Like
It's supposed to be childish. It's
Remember
supposed
when
to
I
be dumb.
showed you Hot Rod and you were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, that movie's fucking hilarious, right?
Yeah.
And it's like there's something funny about a joke that goes on too long. Like
The
remember
cool
what-
beans part.
that, but when he fell.
It's falling on the
He's
hill.
doing like this fucking with a footloose dance
Yeah.
in the
What
middle of the
movie is
woods.
this?
It's called Hot Rod.
okay.
to Andy
and he-
Samberg.
Andy Samberg, Danny McBride, Bill Hader.
Peter Hader. Yeah.
He's like a fake stuntman and he sucks at it, but he's got this crew.
He's
that's
not even
like
a fake
solid.
stunt man.
He's
He's just a fucking idiot.
kid
He's a
trying to
fucking
do
kid
dumb
who
shit.
wants to be a stunt man.
because he thought his dad worked for Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel, yeah.
He like, and it turned out he like saw him in a diner once. That's the whole story. Is that?
Meanwhile, he's trying to chase his dream.
But he's like doing this footloose, like trying to get his anger out, but through dance in the middle of the woods.
Going to my quiet place.
It's like an interpretive.
And then you see him like trip and like start fucking falling down this hill, and he's getting fucked up, right? And then like it just cuts to a scene of like the serene woods, and then all of a sudden you hear. And then you see him fall like, in the middle of the screen. Like it goes on forever, but it was funny the entire time. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like it was just
Yeah, yeah.
Stupid.
it just
It's-
went on forever. And the cool beans thing, you're right. That shit went on forever too. But it was fucking hilarious. It's so dumb. It's hilarious. And like, why can't they appreciate that simplicity in some comedy? I
Because
don't understand. Like,
they don't like comedy.
remember
they like
what was
drama.
it?
They hate joy.
Especially you guys, is joy.
Would you?
Don't have any fun without.
What is it in Spanish?
Mata sueños.
Mata sueños.
It's Dream Killer. There's so many great words.
Mata sueños. I love the way that sounds. It's great. Mata sueños.
Mata sueños.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, mata sueños.
What do you think if we do this? No, I don't like that. All right. Mata sueños.
Mata. Yeah, just mumble it under the breath. All right, mata sueños.
It's just it's that, like all the comedians that have said that, like that's women's job is to ruin fun, ruin man fun, and they do. And it's like it's to be the simplest thing you can laugh at. Like, why are you laughing at? It's funny. All right,
Like, it's
it's funny to
stupid.
me. It's funny to me. Can you let me have that? Can you just let me have that?
Can I have any joy?
It's dumb.
Yeah,
And I think of that movie Hot Rod because it was such a terrible movie. And it was hilarious. Like, I don't know how it didn't really take off, not even in DVD, right?
No.
There were so many funny, stupid things. Like,
Yeah.
remember he was like, the girl, she was like, hey, mom wants to know if you and your friends want some Kool-Aid. And he's like, you don't have to ask, just bring it. Right? Like, yelling at her. And then he's like, hey, little girl. Danny McBride's like, hey, little girl, don't put no cherry in mine. It hurts my stomach. Like, that shit's funny. Like, I don't know why. And I'm fucking crying and just is like,
right, like
it's just
This
like
is
so-
stupid.
It's stupid. It's supposed
it's like that's the point.
It's supposed
The
to be
whole
stupid.
point of this is for me to get away from my really serious life.
Exactly. I'm juggling so much. Like,
Dude,
let
oh
me
my
have
God.
this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
see, like, how can you watch it again? I'm like, to be reminded how stupid it is.
Oh, dude, the other night. So this is so fucking great. So like rarely I go to bed, right, and get to like put on something that I want to watch.
Okay.
It has to be
Yeah.
Something
It
that
either
she-
has to be something she likes or something boring so she can fall asleep.
yes.
Okay.
Right.
Mutual.
So yeah,
They don't watch. They don't,
I'm okay
they don't
with
watch
it.
this. You're fine.
I'm okay because I know I'm just going to bed anyway. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
So I got home and she was over the neighbor's house and I was like, yo, she's like, I'm over to the neighbor's house. She's like, I'll be home in a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, I can put on what the fuck I want. Like, I'm in bed. I got a glass of wine. I fucking got a joint. Fucking like, oh, it's fucking great. Right. I put on Time Bandits. Right.
Okay.
What is it?
Time Bandits.
I've never
You
seen
never watched
that.
Time?
I've
Oh,
never seen it either.
all right.
Fuck you guys. But anyway.
So Time Bandits is this movie. It was made by John Cleese. It's a John Cleese movie, right?
Okay.
So like English movie, like Monty Python guys back in the 80s, right? It's about these this group of midgets. I couldn't wait to drop this on you.
So glad I didn't really sip before you said that.
I couldn't wait to drop that on you.
Samson spit take.
This group of little people, I'm sorry,
No,
midgets who pretty much travel through time and space robbing people. So so
it's actual time bandits.
time bandits, right? It is. I watched this movie 1,000 times when I was a little kid. Like 1,000 times. Like I could
That
repeat the entire
concept
movie.
is so hilarious.
But it's cool. So they're getting chased by this supreme being who they stole the map of the universe from.
Okay.
So they can go through these portals into different time. And it's so cool though, because like they go, but it's all on Earth. So it's really not the universe. It's really mostly Earth that they're going to.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. No, because they do go to a different.
Planet.
They go to it somewhere different at a couple points. That's not
Okay.
true. But it's just fucking great. Like they go back and like rob Napoleon. They get him drunk and rob Napoleon and the only reason that they're even able to get in Napoleon's graces is because he loves people littler than him.
See, like even thinking of that is funny because he was an angry little man.
Yes.
And he's like, I love them. They're smaller.
Dude,
But
John
they're
Cleese, bro, like it's all that time when I don't know, like these comedians were so fucking creative and hilarious
And
about
free.
it. Yes, it was so great. And so I put this on, and she comes home. She's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I'm high and drunk, like the best movie ever.
yeah, having the best
All
time.
right, hold on, let me put on something about fucking Stonehenge.
No, they like crime. They like crime.
No, but I do like.
They want to know. They want to know how to get away. I love rom-coms. They want to know how to get away with killing you. That's what they're obsessed with.
No, she likes the ancient apocalypse stuff, like stuff about the universe.
Just loves that ancient aliens and all that stuff.
cool.
Yeah, just
I
loves
fuck with that shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
that's good.
wherever we go, she tries to see if there's ruins there. And we go and she's
We've been
real
watching
into that stuff.
Lord of the Rings the past like 50 fucking nights because we can't get through fucking like an hour of it.
Dude.
It's so long.
Is that the
Yeah,
movie?
like
Is that the
4
movie about
hours
the
long.
gay guys in the mountain? Yeah.
Yes, that's it. That's the one.
That was on that girl's
That's the
podcast.
one.
Remember? No, it was one of those shows. She's like, remember when we watched that when the boys made us watch the movie about the mountain and the gay guys, and everybody thinks it's Brokeback Mountain. She was like, Lord of the Rings. He's like, exactly.
Exactly.
That's funny.
It was great. I forget what show that was on, but that was fun.
I started watching this such a trippy show. There's a new season of it. I only watched it like 2 episodes of it years ago. Black Mirror.
I was gonna say, I already knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah, me too. Black Mirror.
Yep, Black Mirror.
I watched the one where the brain Quincy Jones' daughter, I forget her name. Leslie Jones?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
not
no.
Leslie Jones. Quincy Jones' daughter.
I know you're talking
Rashida
about.
Jones.
Rashida Jones.
Yeah,
She's hot.
Leslie.
She's I know.
I love her.
I love Leslie Jones too, though. But anyway,
Yeah. For different reasons.
yeah. But she had brain trauma, right?
Yeah.
And they fucking had this revolutionary surgery where
Yeah.
they basically your brain worked on Wi-Fi.
Yep.
That was the correlation.
Yeah.
But you have to pay a subscription.
Yep.
So then, of
Dude.
course, they start fucking with
Bro.
you.
Yeah.
They start fucking with you.
Yep.
They're like, okay, this one's only $200 a month, but you have ads. And
She would just start saying
she would just start
random ads
in
like,
the middle of like teaching and shit like
and
that.
she didn't know she did it.
She didn't know
She wouldn't. They'd said it so she wouldn't even remember saying it. So she would just randomly, like
Yeah.
whatever situation. If they say you're at like say we're in a conversation.
Who are these writers?
Dude, they're fucking.
They're genius.
They're
You
I
should
need to
watch
bring
it.
them the whole navigation thing because I feel like they would really
Yo.
They would
know,
at least get an episode out of it.
develop, at least be able to develop it for me.
Yeah.
And I can be like, okay, thanks, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Yeah, she would be having conversations with you, and if it was something regarding anything that some product could help,
Yeah.
she would just have the product in her head and just start saying it. Like
Yeah.
be in regular conversation, be like, well, if you're having trouble sleeping, if you use this pill, and then go right back to conversation, and they would be looking at her like, what did you just say? And she's like, what do you mean, what I just say?
Yeah.
Like, what?
And it starts to just ruin their lives.
Right, because
like
it
she
get worse
gets
and worse. They
fired.
would keep fucking
Can't say that to
increasing.
kids.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
oh, now we have whatever the name of the product
One
was.
of them was
plus
church,
one-
right?
Yeah.
Sending the kid to church and shit like that.
Yeah, dude, it was.
Oh, I can't wait to watch
that.
that.
You should
episode
watch
was
it.
Crazy.
It's-
I love Black Mirror.
The
I thought
show's
it was
Dude,
the
the whole
show's crazy.
series.
Like
New
the one where you
episode.
had a rating as a person.
Yep.
That was
Yeah.
fucking wild too. Because
Yep.
that's
It's a social fucking credit score.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it was. Yep.
Yeah,
Social
dude.
assassin.
Yep.
I've seen 3. I watched this. I think it's 6 or 7 episodes this season. I watched 3 of them so far. They're all just trippy. I'm like, how do they come up with this shit?
Did you watch the
But
one?
it's not that far fetched.
I know.
No.
They were like, the surgery's free. You don't have to, because they were kind of broke and they were trying to have kids and they were trying to start their lives together.
Yeah. She was gonna be like a vegetable if they didn't.
Yeah,
get the
so then they
surgery.
were like, we
okay.
have,
They pay for the
you know,
surgery.
such and such plus, which is ad free. You know what I mean?
they
But
keep
it's
going up more and
$300 more on top of what you're already paying.
Right.
And everything would go up ridiculously high.
Yeah.
And then they came with the fucking luxury. Remember?
Yes, the luxury
The luxury was
package,
crazy
yeah.
because it had an app to your phone. So you can, like, if you were about to have sex, you can dial up your pleasure all the way up,
Yeah.
and it'd be like the best sex you ever had.
Every emotion you
every
can
emotion
fucking,
you can dial up or down. If you're
Yeah.
depressed, you can dial it down. Yeah, dude, it
it's
was fucking crazy.
insane, bro.
But it was like $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like everything kept.
And then
fucking-
I'll figure out a way to pay that.
yeah, and
well,
that's what
he
the
did.
husband,
The husband was
husband
fucking.
doing all type of shit.
He
to
was
try to-
doing like this OnlyFans where people would pay you to do crazy shit.
it's called
like
stupid money.
Yeah, stupid money.
was the
Drink
name
your
of the
piss,
Yeah.
pull out your own
The
tooth.
craziest the shit you do, the more they would pay you to watch
Yeah.
you do it live.
Yes.
And so he couldn't afford. So to keep affording for her to be normal, because they would keep increasing the fucking price. So he was doing more wild shit, like to make sure she could.
Bro,
Yeah,
these
dude.
writers, I'm telling you, man, like these
No,
writers
they're
are
geniuses.
geniuses.
Next level, dude. I'm like,
Next
who the
level.
fuck are
Thinking
these
ahead, like this is what AI, like this is what it's happening. And they're like, listen,
It's
hey,
not
guys,
that far off. That's
Well,
what
watch
we're saying.
this.
Yeah.
You need to
honestly
fucking understand
probably
this.
have something like that right now.
Yo.
They probably have something like that right now.
Dude, what do you
Like-
think Neuralink can do? Like,
Yeah, imagine, dude, you get that shit in your brain. Imagine they can just start programming you however they want.
I would love that service. Where,
God,
the
dude.
motion one?
Yeah.
Like where you can fucking dial down
Dial up
depression
shit
or
down,
anger
yeah.
or whatever the fuck.
I mean, I think everyone needs that shit.
Yes. Especially in this climate, man.
Chill the fuck out. Everyone needs to be in the
Chill
middle.
the fuck out.
Yeah, if everyone was in the middle, they wouldn't be able to fucking manipulate you.
Chill
That's
the
right.
fuck
I'm saying.
out.
How about that fucking that judge getting arrested? You hear about that?
No. Please.
So everyone's
Yeah,
and of
right.
course it's like this
Do tell.
this huge fucking like political bullshit behind it. But
As everything is.
yeah. So apparently and I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, all I put in was Milwaukee judge arrested. That's all I put in. Because I want to hear
The facts.
exactly.
That's what I love about ChatGPT. They give you just
exactly. Actually, I'll read it because it was perfect. The way I put it out. And I was like, all right, well, if she fucking did something illegal, then what's the fucking problem? You know, because that's where everyone's like fighting over. You know, because no matter what, like, oh, well, Republicans support this. I'm like, no fucking shit, they fucking support it. And they're like, oh, well, Democrats don't support it. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit. Like, come on, what are we talking about?
Low hanging
So
fruit here.
there was a guy who had been deported before in court in a county courthouse, and he was in court for some kind of domestic shit,
Yeah.
right? 3 counts apparently. And ICE shows up with a warrant for his arrest. This judge comes out of her courtroom, questions the validity of the warrant,
Okay.
first of all, then says you have to talk to the Chief Justice. In the meantime, allegedly, what she did was sneak in, like she told the lawyer and the guy, this is all allegedly, to go out a private exit, and they bounced. They ended up chasing him down like a foot chase, catching him anyway, and then they arrested the fucking judge for pretty much like obstruction of justice.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Now, everyone's like, she's a judge, blah, 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 blah. And all I said was, time out. She's not a judge. You come to my house to arrest whoever at my house, like you will at my house, right? I go onto my front porch, start questioning the validity of this fucking warrant. And I'm like, no. You got to go talk to
Yeah.
Sarah about this.
Right.
And while you go talk to Sarah, I go inside and fucking
Let 'em-
like, Will, go out the back and run
yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Will I be arrested for that?
You should
Absolutely.
be. Yeah.
100%. So and that's what I'm saying. The fact that she's a judge has nothing to do with it.
Right.
Did she break the
What's
law?
the law? Right.
She broke the fucking law. From what I'm from, if what the FBI is saying happened is true. She 100% broke the law. There is no political fucking motivation to this. It's she broke the fucking law.
Jesus.
That's it.
Pretty simple. Should be. It's never that simple.
And they're fucking crying up and down like, oh, they're going after judges. This is what happened in Nazi Germany. Bro.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's when everything needs
It's so gay.
an individual. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like you have to treat this stuff on an individual basis.
This is why I believe we're fucked. Because people can't think. I'm telling you, I said this and I'll stand on it. People can't think outside of their political brain.
Yeah.
They really can't.
'Cause what you
They
just
think
did-
through a fucking
But like you
ideology
said, you're
than
so-
sense.
You're so emotionally invested in these politics that really don't affect your
Exactly.
fucking life, man.
What you just
And
did was advocate for judges to be able to break the law.
exactly.
Very simple.
That's what you just advocated
Exactly,
Very
because
simple. That
she
simple.
feels that it's wrong. You know what I mean? And there's tons of shit that I feel is
Feel,
wrong.
that's the key
But
word, right.
I'm not even gonna fucking feel it enough to look up the facts so it can change my mind. Like unless it's something super serious
Right.
or something I'm gonna speak on, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like most of the stuff that's happening is really not affecting my day-to-day life. It's really not.
It's not affecting most
No,
people's
like
day-to-day
you know what I
lives.
mean. Like trans people wanting a one bathroom thing. Philly has figured it out. They have 1 million fucking bathrooms. They're all single stalls. Nobody gives a fuck. I didn't give a fuck before. Like you know what I mean.
Right.
So I'm not that emotionally invested into these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
topics.
oh yeah, like Republican Christians want this and that, and you know it has to be this and it has to be that. And I don't care. It doesn't affect
Right.
me.
Right.
And I don't want to say that either. Like it's cold. Like it doesn't
No.
affect me. So I don't give a fuck about that trans person whose rights are fucking violated. That's not what I mean.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just can't be that emotionally invested
That's
into
it.
that ideology.
It's that.
And that's it.
and
And
Your
that-
problems ain't my problems, man.
no, but
Your problems ain't my problems.
that's, I got my own shit.
I got.
You know what I mean?
You paying my bills?
We all got our own
Word.
We're
shit.
trying to get through a case of fucking what shit.
I'm saying.
I would, yeah, I'm not mad at that.
That thing's going on.
Yeah, dude,
Got real shit.
I don't know how. I usually try to find a silver lining and shit, but I just don't know how this changes. I don't know how if people don't smarten up and
AI government.
and realize
That's how it changes.
you might be right.
ChatGPT government.
Because outside of that,
Scary.
How do people?
It is.
How do you get people to understand that they're brainwashed? Because most people are politically or ideologically brainwashed, and they'll deny it.
They don't know it. Yeah, they don't
They're
know
like,
it.
no, I'm not. No, I'm just like, all right. You pose a bunch of situations to them, and you see how it's like. Do you really think your answers all being on the side of the political ideology that you agree with? You don't think that's a coincidence? You don't think that's the fact that you've been conditioned so long and so thoroughly that you're just not agreeing with the other side just because it's the other side?
Yeah.
And that's people will do that, dude. I think, and that's the downfall. Like people will really, on both sides, they'll really not accept or deny an idea or an action that's been done, even if they think it's right and they agree with it, if it's not on their side.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if there's any more proof of that you're brainwashed than that.
At least you can't believe you're not allowed to.
Right.
You're not allowed to
You're not
consider
allowed.
this because
There's things that that are going on politically that feel wrong to me, like morally. I'm like, I feel like I don't agree with that, or that it's
Yeah.
wrong. But I'm the type of person that's not gonna fucking go through the fucking process of trying to find out why I think it's wrong or why they might be right. I'm not that personally invested.
And that's why, because you're not that, yeah.
Exactly.
You're
So
not
I
that
don't.
personally invested.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody's a Trump lover. You know what I mean? You like
Yeah.
Red Stripe too? Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna ask you those questions.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. So I don't.
Like there's shit going on that, yeah, like I voted for Trump, but there's some shit going on where I'm looking at him sideways like,
100%.
what the fuck are you
What
doing?
are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Chill with
Like,
that shit.
I didn't vote for
I don't
this.
like that shit.
Yeah, like that's
Exactly.
not what
Like
I
you
voted
said,
for.
but
Like, what are we doing?
We always say it's accountability. You have to be able to criticize. Like I hate that he's banning certain media platforms. I also hate
he's-
that there's
What do you mean,
questions that he
banning is-
completely doesn't he ban certain networks from fucking being in his press conferences. Hasn't he been not letting
There was
people in?
one. There was one. So there was.
But also,
it was I think Associated Press or something like that. One of them.
but also
Yeah.
completely being like, Scott, what's your question? And you ask the question that he doesn't like, and he's like, Kenny, what's your question? Like he doesn't even address it.
No, I
And-
get it.
You know
I
what
get
mean?
it.
And that's kind of bullshit. Like if you don't like
it's
it,
extremely flawed, dude.
there's gonna be tons of shit you don't like, dude.
Yeah. So the whole
You're
thing
the
with the
president of the
AP,
United States.
the AP thing was because they blatantly printed something that was completely false.
False.
And he was like, "Well, if you're gonna do that,
you can't come.
you can fuck off."
Yeah.
Okay,
Kind of
that's
thing.
fair.
I
You
get
know?
it.
And I get that. And I'm like, all right, I kind of, it's a slip. You got to
It's a
watch that
slippery
shit.
slope,
Because if you're
exactly.
starting with that and then you're going to fucking be like, all right, well, CNN's out of here now, too.
Yeah, you
I feel like
can-
CNN at this point, like, it
It
might as well
opens,
leave CNN
it
out.
opens
They're so
doors
fucking
that shouldn't
stupid.
be open.
It does open
Exactly.
those
You know what
doors.
I mean? You
Like,
went
did you-
fucking the last one? Right?
Yeah, fuck it. Did you hear about the? I got to be straight up. I don't know that much about this. I just heard about it before I got over here today. But he's suing Harvard. Did you hear about this?
He's suing Harvard? Or I know
Or no, he's not. No, Harvard's suing. So there's a case, and
I know he cut
threatened-
funding.
Yeah, he threatened to cut funding because he says they're engaging in like anti-Semitism, and I'm like, we need to talk about this. I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of
Dude,
it.
don't talk bad about the Jews, bro.
Like,
If you do, don't start doing that. We'll get
Yeah.
canceled.
Bro, like, because it's like, here's what I don't. Here's my issue.
Don't you go get us canceled.
My main issue.
Cancel from what, dude?
Yeah.
Hold on,
know.
I got to pee.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, what happens when we start down these red stripes?
Once Scott pees, we'll be right back to talk about the Jews.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Like,
There's so many.
oh wait.
I don't.
I'm just.
You guys know through our group chat that my fucking algorithm
Yeah.
is very anti-Semitic.
Fucked, dude.
Dude, I just as a
Your algorithm is fucked.
as
There's
a,
some shit on there that I'm like, oh my god,
it's
I have to
hilarious.
show them this.
I just can't. I can't have any sympathy as a black dude. I just can't. I can't, and I won't, and I don't give a fuck about how anybody feels about
No,
it.
because like you said, you
I
said
can't, dude.
you hear it all the time. It's like until you can call these critics liars,
Yeah.
or until you do call these critics liars,
Yep.
you can't say shit when they fucking criticize you. And that's the
thing,
bottom line. It's
that's
so
it, dude.
simple.
Like,
Until you can say they're lying, because
Yeah.
nobody Jewish or Israeli has come out and said that whole bank rumor that you can fucking get 0% fucking loans from Jewish owned banks.
bro.
Nobody has said that's a lie.
Right.
They're just saying it's anti-Semitic to think that.
Yeah.
And that's fucking crazy.
That's how, and that's what goes into. And I feel like I gotta say this, and I hope this is like the price of just being really honest. Like, I hope my Jewish friends know me well enough, and our friendship is strong enough to know there's no fucking racism. There's no hate, guys. I'm just going
not
off
about
of
that.
what I think of what I'm seeing, and I'm going off of what I'm seeing, and I just feel like there's such a protected class that you can't even say, you can't even pose a question, like to say, hey, do we think that, I don't know, like you said, that, like, let's use that example. Okay. Is it true that, that Jewish people get 0% loans from, Jewish owned banks? Is that a thing? Here's my problem.
you say it's
Just
anti-Semitic.
asking the question
Is anti-Semitic.
You get labeled as anti-Semitic.
Exactly.
That's when I get pissed off.
Oh, you hate Jews?
Yeah, just because, like, because
No, I
it
don't.
makes
I
you
don't
want
hate anybody.
It makes you feel like who do you guys think you are? That not every Jew, not every Jewish person feels like this, but the ones that I am talking to the ones that feel like this though, because I don't give a fuck. Wrong is wrong and right is right. Friend or not friend. If you feel like somebody just asking a question, literally
About a group of people.
And saying, hey, is this true that a lot of times in this community this happens? If you feel like that's anti-Semitic,
Just the question.
just the question on its face,
not the answers,
Right.
not the facts.
like, Nah, dude. Like you've been roped into that belief that anything said about or questioned about Jewish people is anti-Semitic. And here's the fucked up part. You know that's
that
not
true, though?
anti-Semitic.
Is it true? Do they get
What?
laws?
Huh? Huh?
We don't know. They didn't say it's a lie.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
They don't say it's a lie.
Heard it. I don't know. But I'm saying, like, just asking the question, like, what? How do we find out the truth if we can't ask the question? That's all. Like, if somebody said to me, "Hey, I'm trying to think of a fucking black stereotype." There's a bunch of them. I'm trying to think of like a non-negative one. We have all the negative ones. We're like, yo, is it true that like most black people steal? Because I hear that. I wouldn't say you're a racist for asking me that. I'd be like,
You
no,
answer the
dude.
question.
I'm like, nah.
You'd
dude,
be like, of course not.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, of course not. That's nonsense. Like you hear that, whatever, and then it would be whatever. It's done. It's like, but I'm not gonna be like, you're racist for asking that. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
that's where it gets
weird.
And that's why I need the Jewish people that think like that to see.
Where we're coming from?
Yeah, and that's why people start viewing the Jewish community negatively, because it's like, you guys aren't as persecuted as you make it seem. It seems like you're more protected than persecuted.
You're not
That's what it seems like.
you're not denying these accusations. You're just mad at the question.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think a lot of what's being, not only that, but I think a lot of what's happening is not Judaism being attacked as it is Israel, like the state of Israel.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in the current climate of everything that's
now.
happening.
Yeah.
But they call the shots. Like, you hear how he talks.
Who?
He's very not what is it? Netanyahu. Netanyahu.
BB?
Yeah. BB.
BB.
Bibi Netanyahu. Anyway,
Not
that
gonna,
dude,
not
he's
gonna work here anymore.
He's very not gonna.
Not gonna work here anymore.
But he's very confident in the fact, like,
He knows
it's not
his
it's-
power, dude.
Yes, it's like,
I
I don't want to say it's threatening, but it's like you
Almost.
can't. But but it's like, you can't do shit to me. I'm gonna fucking tell you what
You know
it
who he
is.
talks like?
And and Israel's the size of New Jersey.
Yeah.
You know
I
who he
have
talks
so
like,
much
though?
power.
Trump. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's my issue. Trump don't talk to him like that.
No,
No.
he's another
That's
one that
my-
falls
I'm
in
like-
line.
I'm like, that's how you know these motherfuckers, like,
Well, hold on. Before you say that, he
Okay.
kind of did it that one press conference when he fucking dropped the whole fucking, like, we're gonna turn
okay, yeah.
Gaza
he
into
kinda-
the fucking Riviera of the Middle East.
Yeah, BB
Yeah,
was
but
looking
then,
at him.
but then he got a stern
And
talking
BB
to, and
was
you
like-
haven't heard it since. Yeah, but then he got a stern
What the
talking to
fuck?
after that, I'm sure,
Right.
and he never hasn't mentioned
Right.
it since. So that's what I'm saying.
I know. I get it.
It's
I get it.
It
the
seems like they really do have
fear,
a
a fear.
There's
Yes.
something.
There's something weird about it,
It's yeah. You can.
and we're just
Talk about
asking for
anybody but them.
answers, and they're like, "No, we don't. You don't deserve an answer."
No, it's just your money.
Like you said, just the question is fucking, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You're discriminating.
Yeah.
Just by asking the question is discrimination.
Yeah. And that's like I said,
it's
coming from
fucking
I can't have for a group of people that were able to assimilate into, like, because obviously they were persecuted, no doubt.
Yes.
Obviously. Like,
Straight up.
Yeah,
It was
like, we're not-
tragic.
there's no-
There were some atrocities committed against
One
the
of the
Jewish
worst ever.
community.
Yeah.
One of the
Right.
worst
You
ever.
ever heard
100%.
like do any research into like, the pogroms and shit like that back in like the 1800s?
I don't even know what that means.
I never even heard that word before.
Yes, that's what I said. I don't even know what that means, bro.
It's
We'll talk about it off air.
it's pretty fucking awful. Yeah, the pogrom shit that
Okay.
was happening in Eastern Europe.
Okay.
Not fucking great, dude. Not
Yeah.
fucking great
I'm
for
sure.
the Jews. Like
I'm
they,
sure.
But that's what I'm saying. They
got
have
shit on 'em.
suffered.
Yeah.
100%.
it's kind of so the pogroms happened. Then we had World War II, and then that was so the pogroms in World War II were kind of what and ended up being the whole
Laid the foundation.
laid the
of
foundation.
Holocaust and shit.
no
Or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the pogroms kind of laid the foundation for the Holocaust, but also like that's kind of what like sparked like the formation of Israel, along with a lot of
Okay.
organized crime money. Let's be real.
Well, you know.
That's always they seem to be involved in pretty much everything.
It's pretty interesting. It's really, really,
The
really
Italians.
interesting.
Italians get in everything, dude.
No. Jewish organized crime.
Oh.
Like
okay.
Meyer Lansky
Lansky,
shit.
yeah. Okay,
Those
gotcha.
motherfuckers, they don't play either, dude. Like they
They don't fuck around.
They were some
know.
G's back in the
They're
day.
savvy,
they were
dude.
G's here.
Yeah.
They're G's now.
It's still, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like I said, when that dude talks, like you represent a country the size of New Jersey, and when you talk with that fucking what do you call it, fervor?
yeah, that's a good way.
When you talk with that fervor, that
Yeah.
confidence,
Yeah.
that fucking like,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Like unwavering. Like
yes,
you know,
yes,
you're that guy.
He knows,
Yeah.
and that's fucking. It's just like it adds fuel to the fire. Like you're like, well, you know what I mean? Maybe they are fucking in control or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe they do have the secret to fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
Like,
spread it
it's-
so we can prosper. But I don't know. It's just,
It's all leverage. That's what it is. It's all leverage. It's all fucking.
how does a country so small have so much leverage?
Dude.
They probably
That's
They
the
know some
that's
shit.
that's the like forever question.
just look at Epstein.
It's like how what is it?
The
How did they
colors.
become so
The
protected?
colors alone, right? They were like the royal blue, the white stripes,
Yeah.
and the fucking.
Like how did
you
they
know,
become
building.
so powerful and protected like that? Like it's wild. Like you look at
They took
all
care
the
of each
heads-
other, Kenny. That's what it is. They took care of each
Yeah.
other.
Nah,
They, if you owned a bank, right now you probably wouldn't. But if you owned a bank, and you could give just black people
Yeah.
0% loans so they can raise themselves out of poverty, you had enough business with white, Spanish.
Well, we
whoever,
were doing
everything
that,
else.
but they bombed all of the cities that were like that.
Exactly.
We're actually very successful. People don't know, black people were very successful 50s, 40s. Had like the Black Wall Street you hear about.
yeah.
There was fucking 50 of them across the US. And they just fucking
eradicated them.
eradicated it all. We were
that's
good
what
on
I'm
our
saying.
own. We really were.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. But if you had
But-
the ability to do that, you would.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they did it in a form, they did it in a way where they weren't retaliated against. Or maybe they did it under the wire.
Yeah.
And now they're so powerful that
But you know what it is too? It's they probably did it under but here's the main thing, and this is why I personally have zeros. I hate to say it. Like let me not say I have zero sympathy. Because I'll tell you a story that aligns with the story I was about to tell. As it just reminded me. I have a friend who's a bartender, Jewish dude. I used to work with him years ago. And he told me a story about he was working and a dude came in, a customer came in, and
I'm listening, Kenny.
wait, what happened?
I moved the wire.
Oh,
I was trying to make as little noise as possible. I'm like,
I was like, what's going on?
Scott just goes like this. Scott goes,
He gives you the eye real quick. Motherfucker, here we go again with this shit.
I was trying to do it as quiet as possible because, like I said, when it hits my thigh,
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah. So go ahead.
So he comes in and the customer comes in and he looks at the dude I'm talking about. I don't want to say his name. As the bartender, and he's already just giving him, he said he was getting bad vibes from the dude. Dude's looking at him weird and whatever. And so he orders a drink from him. He makes a drink, gives it to him. Whatever. I think he stiffed him, whatever. So he sees
Who's a Jew now? I'm leaving that in, dude. That's
Here's
a good joke.
Here's a taste
That's
of
a
your
good
own
fucking
medicine.
so good.
That's a good joke. Come on, dude.
Phenomenal. Dude, oh my God.
Impeccable timing.
Oh, I don't even want to, that's like your top three, maybe.
Leaving
ever.
it in.
Oh.
It was laser.
But the whole point, because I'm going to miss some details, the whole point is the dude, he opens his shirt and he's got a fucking swastika.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out. Holy
And he
shit.
said some crazy shit to the dude, the bartender I'm talking about.
How did he know he's Jewish? Was he wearing anything, or
Nah, I think it's
like maybe like a Star of David, like necklace or anything?
when you print out a receipt, credit card receipt, is your name on it?
Not
my
our
first
last
name.
name. Not our last
His first
name.
name. Unless, I mean, if your name's like Shlomo or something like that,
Yeah.
that's kind of obvious. But like,
Yeah.
Hiram.
that That's the only way to really know. Does he have like a really Jewish name?
Yeah, very.
Okay, well, that makes
That's
sense.
what I'm saying.
All
Like,
right,
his
that
last
makes
name
sense,
is, you know, as soon as you hear it, you're like, you guys might know him. But
yeah.
yeah, so he's like, he told security or whatever, and they kind of kicked him out. Then he comes back because he's like, we can't really, like freedom of speech. I can't kick him out for
Wearing a shirt. Yeah.
I'm like,
You could beat the shit out of him.
you could, right.
That'd be the better option.
Right.
Kick him out.
So
Dude,
only reason-
no, fuck that. In those places, you can ban whoever you want.
It's a private.
For whatever
private
you want.
fucking
It's private
property.
fucking
You can do
property.
whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
Right.
Lame excuse. Go.
So they let him back in. Right?
They let him back in. All right.
Because me and him, because I had a conversation with him about a whole anti-Semitic shit. I'm like, bro, you know, we're friends. Like, do you feel like it's really a lot? Like the anti-Semitic shit is really, do you see it? And he gave me that example. I'm like, that's pretty rough. And I was like, how often, like, do you feel like you get, maybe, because you're not going to get that all the time. You probably never get that again. You know what I mean? Or it's very rare.
That extreme, yeah.
That extreme.
Yeah.
But he was like, nah, dude. He's like, I get it, but it's not, I don't get it directly that often. And my thing is to go back to the story of you're saying maybe because they got so powerful because they flew under the radar or whatever. Here's why. A lot of them were able to assimilate because they're white.
Yeah, kind of like blend in.
Yes. So it's not always you can tell a Jewish person. Some of them have the the features and you're like, oh, you can tell. But not all of them. You can't just pick out every Jewish person.
No,
you
you
can't.
can't, no.
Some of them don't have those features that are so pronounced or whatever. So, they can assimilate, which makes you harder to pick out. Like black people, we obviously see, like, obvious. Okay, we know that's a black community that's thriving. Eradicate that shit. With Jewish people, it's harder to, it's harder to tell. So it's easier to assimilate, which makes it easier to be able to support yourself and build up your community without it being fucking interrupted.
Yes.
Or destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Face
so-
value, dude. It's like face value. Like, it's a
Literally.
very literally easy to.
Dude, it can't be any easier to identify. Like, it's okay.
And this goes across, like, so you think about, like, when my grandparents immigrated here, and when a lot of people immigrated here, they stopped speaking their native language. The only reason I don't know how to speak Polish is because they didn't teach it.
Yeah,
Right.
Well,
My
they didn't talk
grandfather
to you that way.
Yeah, my grandfather knew how to speak 4 different languages.
Yeah.
He would not speak anything but English to his kids because they're like, we live in America, you live here. They didn't name them Polish fucking names.
yeah.
It was
Give me a
Chuck,
Polish first name.
James,
Give me
Joanne,
a Polish first name.
and Linda. Huh?
Give me a
what's
Polish first name.
Joachim.
Yoakum?
Joachim.
Okay.
Holy
Yoakum.
shit.
Christoph.
Oh, okay.
Shishu.
Oh,
Fucking
Shishu.
dude, like
Wow.
there's a million of them. Like that, it wasn't. They didn't name their kids.
Yeah.
And it was all because of that. It was like the assimilation shit, where it's like, listen, we're gonna fly under the radar because we understand this is the way the world is.
Right. Especially here. Like
Yes.
we gotta what's the word when you kind of merge into
Assimilation.
yeah, but there's another one.
with a C?
Yeah. I can't. But assimilation is one, but there's another one. It's not important. But that's not
Words.
It's not
Words
right.
mean things with meanings.
words mean things with meanings. But yeah, man, that's why for me personally, it's hard for me to be like, because I'm like, y'all ain't gonna tell me you're persecuted more than we are. You're just not gonna tell me that. You're not going to, and it's not. And like I
Because
said,
you actually have a chance.
right, like right,
It's like
right. You can't fly
I
under the
can't
radar.
fucking fake it.
Right, you
I
can
can't
fake it.
fake
You
it,
can
yeah.
be seen as
You can fake it on
one of-
paper. That's about it.
Right. Like me, it's right out the gate. It's
Unless
like,
you're
all right.
like Draymond Green, remember? the blackest name ever.
But that's
He was like Draymond Green is black on paper.
But that's a funny. It's a funny topic because
This is Chappelle. He's so great.
that's one of the things that a lot of people, like a lot of black people, say is a like a deterrent for hiring. Like they see a black name,
that's
right? And
There
they're
was-
like, we won't hire that guy because he's black. But it's also like, well, you didn't have to do that.
would you?
You didn't have you could have done exactly what my grandparents did and everybody else fucking does, which is not name them something crazy.
I know.
You know,
I know.
is
It's
it
true.
wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded. It's
Dude,
fucking stupid.
Right.
Tosh.0 has the best example.
But you
of that.
already know it's like this.
Right.
And you did it anyway.
And you did it anyway. Exactly.
So
I say
this
that
isn't
too.
a,
I'm
this
like-
isn't a surprise.
I'm like, black people, why do we do that?
Remember Erica? I always tell you about that. Tosh.0. They interviewed this girl. Her name was Erica. AIRWRECKA.
Erica.
Erica. But you love it. Look at it.
I love it. It's fucking great.
It is great,
It's
but
great
come
for
on.
comedy, but it's not
Come
great.
on, it's not great for a fucking lawyer.
That
Right.
line,
Or
the
to get a
linebacker
job.
we just drafted him for the fucking Eagles. His name is Jihad.
Yeah.
He is so. Thank God this
Thank
kid
God he's had that ability, right? To be famous if you play football. Yeah.
that he is that good at football.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Jihad, dude, I'd fucking look at him like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm like the most laid back dude ever.
Yeah.
I'd look at him like Jihad.
Jihad?
I'd be like, I'd have to see. I gotta meet this guy. I'd have to give him an interview.
Exactly. You
But
gotta do
dude,
something.
there was a study
good
done.
med.
There was a study
Let's see
done.
if we can get him in. Jihad, if you want to be on the podcast. let me
Come on in.
You know what I mean? We make you more famous than you are.
Yeah,
know. You make us more famous.
exactly. Come on in.
Exactly. But no, there was a study done. I just saw this last night in 2023 regarding that. It was a bunch of, I forget how many people. It was like thousands of people that were like applying for jobs. Ones had black sounding names. They were 50% less.
Damn.
50% less
Likely to get
likely to
hired.
get to even be called back.
Interview. Oh,
They were even interviewed. And so it's like this shit still exists. But yeah, now it's like black people. Because we got two options.
There's ways around this, guys.
Is right. Because like there's nothing more. There's nothing I hate more than this. It's when black people act like they're going to do something extreme to fix the problem, like leave the country and move to Africa. No, the fuck you're not.
No.
You're not going anywhere.
Because guess what?
Like, because I'm not going anywhere.
They don't like you either.
Yo,
That's the craziest part.
That's the crazy
That's a whole
part.
nother thing.
Yes.
But like, even before, not even getting to that, because that's very valid. But like,
Repatriate.
you're not gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna leave Africa, or it's either you're gonna do that or you're going to kind of bend to what's going to work best for you here. And what's going to work best for you here is not naming your child
Erica.
Kenshaba.
Your fucking name is dope as shit.
Your name is dope, man.
Yeah, but they don't think I just started using that name and putting it everywhere. Like when I sign up for shit, I just
Kenshaba.
Yeah, but I still like if I was going to get a job, I might not put it. I might put Kenny Kelly because that sounds like a more palatable. Oh, that's a nice guy,
Sounds like an Irish guy.
right? Kenny Kelly. But yeah, like it's still a thing. But yeah, just how about why do we have to name like why I got to be like Quashon? Like I don't necessarily
Hey, Aaron.
want- Hey, Aaron. You know what I mean? Like Sharika, motherfucking like you're doing damage. You're like to your kids out the gate, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to give him a crazy name, do it in your middle name, or it doesn't matter.
There you go. That's a great
cool.
idea.
It's a cool thing to do.
That's a fantastic idea.
That's what white people do.
That's it.
You know, they name something fucking stupid
Yeah.
in the middle name. You know what I mean?
You gotta go? Should we all like cut it or?
Yeah, we're 2 hours in, dude.
All right, we're 2 hours in. This has been the Pouring Podcast. I'm Bert. That's
Shabba.
I mean, Scott Ballz. Shit.
Scott Ballz. This is Samson. Tongues out. Look at that. We're out. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Holla.
Instant on decision. Mr. Function, come off it, teach them all.